Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is I, Ebenezer Scrooge. But don't fear, thanks to 3 very persuasive ghosts, I'm a reformed man. Therefore, it is my privilege, my pleasure, my joy to welcome you all to the Combat Radio Christmas event for homeless children.
Angels we have heard on high.
Come on, everybody, clap your hands. Jesus is the reason for the season.
Come on.
That's why we all here. Come on. Are you ready? Ready?
Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, he is. Oh yes, he is. Yeah. Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, he is. Oh yes, he is. Yeah.
I don't need material things. All I need is the love you bring. This holiday, I came to say, Jesus is the only way.
Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, he is. Oh yes, he is. Yeah. Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah. Oh yes, he is. Oh yes, he is. Yeah.
I don't need material things. All I need is the love you bring. This holiday, I came to say, Jesus is the only way.
Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah. Oh yes, he is. Oh yes, he is. Yeah. Jesus is the reason for the season. Yeah, yeah. Oh yes, he is. Oh yes, he is.
Everybody just clap your hands up. 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 Come on, come on, come on. He's the reason for the season.
He's the reason.
One thing you should know. Wherever you go.
He's the reason.
One thing I can
One
say.
thing I can say.
Special place.
Special day.
He's the reason.
He's the reason.
One thing you should know.
One thing you should know. Wherever you go. He's the reason.
One thing I can
One thing I can say.
special
On this special day.
clap your hands up. Everybody just clap your hands up. Everybody just clap your hands up.
Good morning and welcome to Combat Radio's 4th annual Christmas event for homeless children. Today we are going to be bringing Christmas, essentially Christmas, to roughly 300 to 400 children from Lutheran Social Services as well as the Shelter for Domestic Violence and for Bridge to Hope. So we have a good chance to do some good and bring some kindness, and what better way? What says holiday craziness? What says craziness in general more than the lovely Carolyn Hennessy
That's-
and Stan
Truer
Zimmerman?
words were
You got
never
that
spoken.
right, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Actually, Stan and I have been calling ourselves Stephanie Edwards and Bob Eubanks.
Yeah,
But a
which
much-
is which, though?
Which is exactly on this
Quite
day.
sure.
What
But a
this,
much-
this isn't the Rose Parade? What?
It is got a Rose Parade feel,
It
but
really
I have
does.
to admit, I want to give props to the people who built our broadcast desk. It's the
Lovely.
first ever
Yeah.
time we've used it. We got Santa's sleigh right there, and we've got an opportunity primarily to do some good. We
Are
got
we
beautiful
gonna
boxes for
Are we gonna
gifts.
actually
Yes.
have a visit from old Saint Nick himself?
Saint Nick will be arriving. We'll be arriving very soon,
Nice,
and we'll
nice.
have a chance to really do some good. But what's really cool about this, I think, is I get to actually share the holiday with two of my favorite people.
That's right.
Give me a hug. Come on, give me a hug. Yeah, all right.
All right. It's the love. It's a
It's
love
the
fest.
love. It's the
How
love.
many years have you been doing this?
This is our 4th one, so we've done about 1,000 kids.
Wow. That's
Where it's
Wow.
literally Christmas. We got presents there. They're going to be bussed in Polar Express style, and they're already starting to have breakfast.
I'll tell you
so-
something. I have my phone out because I don't want to miss a photo op because this is basically Christmas meets Comic-Con.
Right. This is
You've got
Comic-Con for winter.
Transformers, you've got Star Wars
Spider-Man,
characters, you've got Spider-Man,
you've
Star
got
Wars characters, you've got
Twilights, you've got-
Maleficent over there.
Let me
It's
give you an example.
crazy.
Robin, hop on up for a second.
Yes.
Come on.
And,
yeah.
and a more, and may I just say a more adorable Robin I don't think we've
and
ever
what's
seen.
interesting about Robin here is one of the characters, most of the cast from Young Justice is actually here today in support of the cause. So this is an example of the quality and craziness that you get.
Oh, thank you.
So hey, thank you for coming out. She was with us
Thank you.
last
It's an
year.
honor to be here.
Give me a hug.
Robin's, I'm thinking Robin's a little groovy.
Yes.
Thank you, thank
A
you,
lot
thank you, thank
A
you.
little on the,
All right.
truly groovy side.
Yeah, you know what's groovy is you guys. And since this is a
Well, it's. I think I will speak for Stan when
Okay.
I say that it is
And she does
absolutely.
that a lot, yes.
And I do a lot. Our pleasure to be here, helping this. Throwing down some pancakes, throwing down some bacon, and just seeing the faces of these kids as they come through, as they are mesmerized by the Imperial Guard, the clones, the warriors, the Transformers.
the guy on stilts.
Guy on stilts
I
doing
just thought he was
balloon,
tall.
doing balloon animals.
Not exceedingly.
It's
This
a
is
perfect
better.
way to start off the holiday.
This is better than any rose parade I've seen right here on this plaza.
Absolutely
You know,
true.
that smell of the flower thing. You
Yeah,
know?
what?
Who
Yeah,
needs- who needs
that nice
We
scent.
have
Look,
we
got
have a
some
guy,
Transformers
a
here.
tall guy in a hat.
Scrooge, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Ebenezer Scrooge, who
Come on
started the
over
event
here.
off. I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to turn you over. You talk. Yes, Scrooge.
So Scrooge, who are you
I will be
wearing?
back, I will be back.
Who are you wearing, Scrooge?
Yes. Who are you wearing this season?
I'm wearing Marley and Marley. It's new.
Nice. Exactly.
New
exactly.
label, yes.
Now,
absolutely.
is this Scrooge pre the visit from the Three Ghosts or post the visit from the Three
It's
Ghosts?
Scrooge 2.0.
Scrooge 2.0.
Yes,
I
yes.
like that.
My heart is filled
It's
with
techno
Christmas joy.
Scrooge.
Yes.
Exactly. Oh, so okay.
Yes.
So it's you are now post transformation.
Absolutely.
You've visited
Happy
the Cratchit
to be here.
family.
You've
Yes.
learned your way.
I have
Yes,
indeed.
exactly.
Yes. Very persuasive ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Which one was
They
the
can
most
be.
the most persuasive for you? Was it?
You know, past had his certain je ne sais quoi,
Sure,
as they say.
exactly. The flavor of youth.
Yes, and
frills.
present was, well, you know present.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
You've already
you're
experienced
in it, You're
that.
living it. It's
Correct.
the reality, right?
So I would
You
have
see
to
it.
say,
Were you scared of ghosts?
well,
the last
that-
one coming up.
They are
yeah.
ghosts, of course,
Absolutely.
right? I mean,
So
yeah.
what would you tell kids who are scared of ghosts?
I would say listen to them.
Sure.
They know what they're talking about.
Learn from them.
Absolutely.
Like your
Because
parents.
because
yeah, quite.
Christmas future was bleak for you, was it not?
It was indeed opaque almost.
That's right.
Yes.
Because if I remember correctly, the chains in life that were forged by Jacob Marley, his chains were rather kind of minute. They were really small, but yours
That is
were
most
like,
metaphorical.
like boat chains.
I love
Serious.
that. I feel as
Yeah.
though I'm in therapy.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's
Well,
nice.
I'm
You can
just
lie
saying.
I'm going to
here,
lay
yeah.
down on this
Saying.
lovely counter.
He has no idea what you're talking
Nah,
about.
well,
actually.
how
He
big
smelled
was
the bacon
how
when he came
big was
here.
the turkey that you took to the Cratchit family? That big? Or was it a goose?
27 pounds.
That's right.
Yes.
Bigger than Tiny Tim.
Yes.
There you go.
Bigger than Tiny Tim.
God bless us.
So
everyone.
what's in your future? What's happening with this
what
with
movies are you
Marley?
making?
Scrooge
Well,
Marley?
let's see. I'm funding a new. I have no idea.
All right then. All right. You're going to
Nothing
be
at all.
boiled in pots of oil.
I
as
have plenty of
everybody
money. I'm
has
just
said.
going to sit around and roll in it. Yes.
Exactly. So Scrooge, what do you think of this?
I think it's absolutely
Is this
lovely.
your first year here?
It is.
Yes.
Yes. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
All the children and so many volunteers and the costumes. My word,
That's what's so
amazing.
impressive to me.
It's
the people that
absolute.
come out
That
here.
took the time and the choir.
Yes.
And
Let's
the
give a
choir
shout out
was
to the
absolutely
choir.
beautiful,
About the choir.
wonderful.
How
The
great.
voices
Just
of
wonderful.
angels, I should say.
Wonderful. I
Yes.
got
What a great way to start
I got
this
so
whole
much
program.
religion listening to you
indeed.
guys. I got the old time religion.
My goodness.
And I'm pointing north. I'm pointing north, ladies and gentlemen.
There we have
Just
it.
beautiful. And there's just gorgeous voices and beautiful,
To
beautiful.
Santa Clarita? Where are you
I'm pointing to him. He is all. He is it. He is the one. He's the Alpha and the
we
Omega, right?
discuss these
Absolutely.
beautiful-
You want to discuss
These
these?
are-
These are my hand warmers. I knit
And
them
she
just
made
for
them
days like
herself.
this.
What did you have to kill?
I did. Yes, exactly. What
And then
crawled
you-
up and died on
Then
my
you
wrist?
cut off the back end and the front end and just
delightful.
shoved your hands into them.
Yes.
No, don't be naughty.
Scrooge, that maybe was in Dickensian England,
There are
Terribly
children
but
sorry.
not
there.
necessarily
Oh yes,
here.
it's all. What did they call it? QR.
It's
PQ.
It's
S-
PC.
PC,
It's
yes, that's
but,
it.
and while we are
yes.
not necessarily PC, we
No,
don't shove our
combat
hands
radio is-
into animals.
Into things. No.
We don't do that.
Combat radio
Unless
is
it's a
not known
puppet.
for being PC.
No, I took some yarn and I knit up a couple of.
They're beautiful.
Yes, things, and
Quite.
they keep my hands warm,
I should think so.
delightfully warm.
Yes.
So there we go.
Now, I saw one of your co-stars here, who I think we'll be seeing later.
Skai Jackson.
Skai Jackson
Skai
from the
Jackson.
Jessie show on
Exactly
Disney
from
Channel.
Jessie. She's about this tall,
She's
and
getting taller.
but her personality is
Oh,
this big,
she is-
and
she's
she's
the
amazing.
Getty
She
of
plays
the Disney Channel.
She plays Zuri
Yes.
on Jessie, and we'll see who else comes from. Hopefully, some more of my Jessie peeps will
I would
come.
love that.
But I love how you say I co-star. It's
Yeah.
like no, she's a star of the show.
She is,
I have a delightful recur, but I make an impression. I feel that's what's
Wherever you
that's
go.
what's
Wonderful.
true. Exactly.
Wonderful.
Which
Absolutely.
you're shooting Revenge now.
And
these
I
days.
am. I happen to be on Revenge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes, Penelope Ellis is
and-
my characters, and I have to say, there has never been a more delicious character in my life, possibly with the exception of Margot Jane Marsden from your play, Stan,
Yes.
who was equally delicious. But Penelope Ellis is probably the most delicious character I've ever played on television. She is as mean as it gets.
And is that the meanest character you've ever played?
Truly the meanest character ever.
And aren't the bad people so much
The
fun to play?
snake always gets the best shoes and the best lines.
I like it.
That's it.
I like it.
That's it.
Oh,
And this
yes.
is true of
And is there
and this is true.
redemption for her if a ghost comes?
No.
No.
If we keep
No.
talking, I might slip
She's
and
beyond
go back into my old ways. But
her chains are going to be they're forged they're big. They're really really big.
splendid.
Really big.
Wonderful. I think
Indeed.
I'm being called away.
You are being called away. That's all right.
I'm
We're
going to
going
find
to
someone
take it.
else more exciting and
We're going to take
thrilling.
it. So, just letting everybody know that we have a Toys for Tots drive going on.
Yeah.
We have the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve.
Speaking of
And-
Sky,
and-
look
oh.
who's here.
Yes, we have another
I'm
one,
also
Skai Jackson.
psychic,
We
so-
also
I knew
have-
it. Who else do we have?
I want to
Okay.
actually bring on the choir real quick for a minute
Oh,
because
yes,
he
please.
opened up the show.
We discussed.
So I'm
Yeah.
gonna
yeah,
And we were just talking
praising
about
God.
the show.
You guys don't mind if I just drop by
Would
the
you-
broadcast
Would
periodically?
you like
do
us to vacate?
No, you're
Oh,
staying.
we're staying.
I'm gonna turn you over to conduct the interview. Everyone get this? Hi, hey, hi.
That's Ethan. He may be on the show today. Just a little bit. Hi.
How are you, Carolyn?
Pastor Harper,
Hi,
how are you
Stan.
doing?
Nice to
Carolyn?
know
Meet
you.
Good to meet you too.
Yes. Well, tell us
Shanty,
about your
Tell us
choir.
about it.
Well,
Oh
we're
my
from
God, look at
we
these
are
gorgeous
from
faces.
Santa Clarita
Gorgeous
Christian
faces.
Fellowship out here in Valencia, and we are just really excited to be a part of this incredible event. Our choir had a chance to minister last year,
Did you?
and it was absolutely stupendous. We're really excited just to be a part of something that really not only celebrates the season, but celebrates Jesus, and Jesus loves kids for sure.
Absolutely.
So we're really
all
happy
the
to
little
be
children.
Here. All the little
So this
children.
is so you guys are becoming a staple of this event, just like Santa
Absolutely.
Claus. You're bringing the Lord
We're
to.
bringing Jesus is
that's
the reason
fantastic.
for the season.
That's right. Jesus is the reason for the season.
And how did you choose which songs to sing?
Well, you know what? Our choir just gets together and kind of brainstorms, prays a little bit, decides what was best, and they just went with it. I was really excited to hear them this morning.
Who do we have behind us?
Yeah,
All right,
introduce
introduce
us.
yourselves.
Michelle McCall.
Michelle McCall,
Sierra Coleman.
Sierra Coleman, beautiful.
Victoria Coleman.
Victoria Coleman. I'm sensing some sisterhood going on right
Absolutely.
there. Is that what's happening? Sisters in
sisters,
Christ
yeah.
and sisters under the skin.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
Love it. Gorgeous. Can you do a little number? Can you do a little something?
Give us some
something for us?
harmony. Give us some harmony.
Give us some harmony. Just pick a little piece. I know. Talk about putting them on the spot. That's all right. That's okay.
Here we go.
Do a little
it.
jingle bells. Do a little jingle
Hit
bells.
it.
Which one? Jingle bells.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Because I'll sing with you. I'll start it off. Actually, no, I won't start
You
it
do
off.
not want me to sing. No.
On your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night.
Don't leave it there.
Beautiful.
You can't leave it there.
He was born, and then what happened?
Oh, yes. We don't want
To be continued.
continued.
Yes,
Yes,
to be
we don't
continued.
want to.
So
we
nice
don't
that
necessarily
you-
need to bring that into the equation right now. It's Christmas. We just know he's here.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
you.
so
We appreciate
much.
it.
Gorgeous
Will
thing. That was
you be singing
beautiful.
more?
God bless you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you, gorgeous, lovely ladies all. Wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish. Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know, which I don't think really is anyone
Everyone knows.
on the planet, just tell us about your character on Jessie.
My character's name is Zuri Ross, and she's a sassy little girl, and she is so fun, but she knows what she's talking about. She's a smart little one, and yeah, so
I think
you know,
Zuri, to be perfectly honest, is the smartest of the bunch.
Really?
I think Zuri is the one. There was a line in an episode that I did just recently where Jessie says, your allowances have to be brought in by Brinks trucks. Each of the kids' allowances, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think Zuri's the one who's going to take that money and just invest.
Yes.
Should be the Donald
Zuri
Trump,
knows
yes.
exactly what she wants to do. So for
Oh,
everybody who
yes.
doesn't know, Jessie is the flagship show, the #1 hit show on the
Yes,
Disney
it
Family
is.
Channel. And Debbie Ryan plays Jessie, a girl who comes to New York to be a nanny and falls in with the Ross clan.
Oh, yeah.
And who
Which
else
is-
is in the show with
yeah.
you besides Carol?
Cameron Boyce, who plays Luke, Peyton, who plays Emma.
Peyton List?
Yes, Peyton List. And Karen Brar, who plays Robbie.
Yes.
And then Kevin Chamberlain, who plays Bertram.
That's right. And
Yeah.
every once in a while, it's Carolyn Hennessy who plays the
Yeah.
love to hate her,
Mrs.
Mrs.
Chesterfield.
How can you hate her?
Mrs. Rhoda Chesterfield. These kids hate me. They just hate me.
So how is the character different than you?
I don't give as much sass. I don't.
but just
We'll
a
ask
little.
your mother about
just
that.
Just
Yes.
a
won't we?
Where's your
little
mom?
bit.
Yeah, where-
my mom's over there on her
She's over
phone.
there.
I don't give as much sass. Our wardrobe's very different. Zuri's more like colorful and loves all the little cartoons and
You
all
don't
that
like
stuff.
that.
I'll watch cartoons, but I'm not like as colorful.
You're more
as
of a chic,
Yeah.
neutral palette.
Right.
I see that. I see
Yeah.
that, absolutely.
But
like today.
Yes.
Very chic.
Thank you
Very,
so
very
much.
sort of like very combat radio chic.
Yeah.
Combat
Thank you
chic.
so much.
She dressed for
Yeah.
the combat.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you see in your future, little one? As I said, twinkle, twinkle, little star, because it's
I-
only up for
Oh
you
yes,
from now.
I want to continue acting, of course, and maybe just maybe have a fashion line one day.
Fashion line.
That would be awesome. I've always had that dream, so I hope.
Can I be your muse? Can I walk the runway for you?
Yes, most definitely.
Because with you, I would be a plus size. I would be a plus size.
tall
with her.
size,
Yes,
yeah.
I would be tall.
And would
yeah,
it be children or would it be
It will be kids and adults too.
Tweens and teens.
Tweens and
Tweens and teens,
teens.
yeah.
boys and girls?
Yes,
or
boys and girls. You can't leave out the boys.
No, we
No,
cannot.
we
Come
cannot.
on, boy
Sometimes we'd
power.
like to leave out the boys.
No.
Sometimes
So-
we would.
Okay.
Trust me on this. You'll understand that when you get older. Sometimes we would like to leave out the boys.
Would you ever
but
like
we
to do a
can't.
play?
I would. That would be really,
Really?
fun. I've never really done one before, so it'll be a new opportunity to do. And
You know,
that would
Stan
be really
wrote a
fun.
play, and I like to say he wrote it for me, but he didn't. I was just the first one in it, and I've never left. I've clung on to it, and it's a play. I think. Did you see Meet and Greet?
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
I think maybe
I
your
think
mother
my mom
did,
did.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
your mom saw it.
So you'll have to do a play with me.
So maybe
Yes.
Stan,
That'd
maybe
be
Stan will
super
write
fun.
it.
That would be really
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
A
yeah,
musical
yeah.
or a play?
It does
You
not
sing?
matter.
Do you sing?
I do. I do sing sometimes, like
You
by
s-
myself.
Yeah, exactly. You
But-
and I are exactly the same. I sing in the car, and I sing in the shower.
Yeah. But it would be fun, to do it on
Yeah.
stage for the first time. That would be awesome.
And do
You would
dance?
be amazing.
Yes, I can. Yes, I
Okay,
love to
see?
dance.
Okay.
It's really fun.
I just heard that. That was a very pure note. Maybe you can sing. You can probably sing, I'm sure, a little bit better than you think you can.
Maybe a
Maybe
little
a little bit better.
Yeah.
Are you going to go see the Annie movie?
I probably will. I've seen the first one, so you got to see the second one. Seems like a good movie.
Tell everybody out there what it's like because you're on set, but you're also in school. So
Yes.
talk
have to
about
do both.
school on the set.
I
you have to do both.
So basically, when we're not rehearsing and filming, which we do 24/7, we always go up to school, which is like right upstairs.
And it's located on the soundstage.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's on set, and we have two great, amazing teachers, Cheryl Diamond and Jerry McBride,
Yeah.
and they just teach us. And we have two classrooms. So sometimes I'll be in Miss Jerry's room, or I'll be in Miss Cheryl's room for different subjects. And yeah, it just works out perfectly.
Now, when I was on the set, it was a couple of months ago. Cheryl came down onto the set. We were all rehearsing, and I think she had somebody with her, and someone made an announcement that all of the students, because you guys it's not just like you don't get. I mean, you get tested.
Yes, we do.
And there are strict, Los Angeles City
Right.
School.
Some people don't
Unified
think
School
that
District.
we really
that
do
you learn
school-
anything.
yeah, right.
But it's LA Unified School District standards that you have to meet.
Yeah.
And
You
there
have
was
to take tests.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. STAR test everything.
And there was an
Yeah.
announcement that all 4 of you guys had won something or done something.
We made the honor roll.
You made
That's
the
what
honor
it was. Yeah.
So Cheryl and Jerry are doing their jobs.
They are.
And you
They're
guys,
amazing. I don't know what I would do without them.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Do you have a favorite subject?
I do. I like science.
Yes!
Wow.
I do because I like
Yes!
learning about stuff. I didn't really like science before, but now I'm getting like more into it, and it's pretty cool learning about
and
the
for
cells.
science, you have to learn about math.
Yes.
And you have to learn math.
Yeah, so it's cool learning about the cells and everything, and that's pretty
A
fun.
chick in science.
I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, we gotta get the choir back.
Oh no,
Right.
Yes.
exactly.
They're gone. They're
They've
gone.
had it.
They're
They're off
gone.
eating breakfast. Good girl.
Thank
Good
you.
girl. I loved science.
Yeah, it's really
I
fun.
loved science and I loved math when I really buckled down to it. But
Yeah.
but English was my thing.
I know.
English was my thing. And
I
of
love
course drama.
writing.
Do
like
you?
stories, like I'll write stories for school and that kind of stuff. So that's like one of my favorite
You
things
should
to
think
do.
about maybe getting published.
Really?
Well, of course, why not? From your
You could write a book.
perspective, you could
I
write
know,
a book.
I could.
What are you
That's-
doing here? You should be writing right now.
She's entertaining the troops.
Oh, that's true. They are.
She
the
is
troops.
entertaining with us.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Don't you leave us.
No,
for
no,
a
no, no,
second.
no.
Now, did you go to a regular school before you got the television
I
show?
did. I went to a regular school in New York, and before I got it, I was just doing that.
So you were
And-
born and raised in New York.
Yes, born and raised in New York. And then when I got the show, of course,
You
I had to move
here.
out to
What
LA.
do you think of LA?
I love LA so much. The weather is amazing.
Yeah.
That's what sold me. I miss New York maybe just a little bit,
Little
but not
snow?
much.
You don't want snow?
Oh no,
No,
I don't
no
miss the
snow.
snow.
See, we
Yeah.
couldn't be doing this
That's true.
in New York.
No, we
we
today.
think
cannot.
this is cold. We're
Yeah.
all bundled
See,
up.
because I was born and
Really?
raised
60
here.
degrees.
So I'm like, okay, I
Yeah.
just got to get
I have gloves if you need
my
it.
Yeah.
scarf and the
It's
whole
not pretty
thing.
cold to me, but yeah. So
And you
I,
have been acting since you were how old?
well, I started doing print and stuff when I was like 9 months old, but I did my
Wow.
first movie when I was about 3.
And which was that?
And that was called Liberty Kids. And yeah, and I did my first commercial when I was 1, so I've been doing it, yeah. for a long
You're in
time.
it. This is it.
Oh yeah.
This may be the duration. Do you still
Right.
have that fire in your belly? You still
I
want
do.
to keep
I
pushing
just,
on, pushing
right,
on?
I
Do
just
you
wanna
get
keep
nervous
pushing.
at auditions?
I do, and I go in the room. I'm like, oh my gosh, I get butterflies in my stomach, and I just read the script. But then I do fine in the audition. You know, it's like just I don't know.
Who
I don't
do
know
you
what
admire?
it is.
Who besides Carolyn, of course.
Well,
Carolyn.
I don't know.
Who do I admire acting wise?
Yes. Who's a role model for you?
Well, I love Tom Hanks. He's amazing, and
He's also a big, philanthropist.
Yeah,
he
he is.
gives a lot
yeah,
back.
yeah, he does. So I would have to say him. He's
Okay.
really cool.
Very
Any
groovy.
actresses that you?
Any actresses? That's really hard.
They are
Yeah.
working so much. I'm surprised if you even have a chance to see much.
Do you get to go to movies?
I
and-
do like on the weekends, but I don't go as often as I used to.
Right.
Like maybe I'll see one movie every 2 months.
I
or
would
month or
surprise you
something.
sleep.
Really?
Sleep
How are you
48
even
hours
here?
sleep both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And I know how late those tapings can go.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have a live audience, especially for Jesse, because the kids are so rambunctious and they're just
Screaming.
mad.
Screaming.
Last night I went to like 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
And you got up and you're here this morning.
Yes.
That's
Well, it's
really
interesting
nice of you
because
to do that.
she doesn't
Oh,
know
no, no
this, but
problem.
they played for me, the casting office played for me your audition
Oh.
to win the role of Zuri on Jesse. They played me some other kids, and then they played me yours, and it was the most adorable, the cutest, the most spot-on thing
Oh, thank you
I
so
had
much.
ever seen, especially out of someone who was then your age. Because how old were you when you started this show?
I just turned 9 when I
You
started
should
this
just
show.
turn 9, and it was
I
just
went-
it was.
I
and you,
visited the
I think
first
you had your
season. You
hair.
were
Yeah.
so funny, like
I think
right
you had
off
your
the
hair
bat.
and you had your hair.
Yeah, it was like a little ponytail.
ponytails on the side of your head, and you had little
It was
overalls.
overall shorts. Yeah,
Cutest thing I've ever seen.
But she's
Anyway,
really changed over the years.
I have. Yeah.
would you say you've gotten more sassy?
A little bit.
Yeah?
Just a little bit. Yeah, especially my wardrobe has changed a lot. Most definitely. Like I've been more mature with my wardrobe, and
Let's go back to school for one
Well, I
second.
have one
you
question.
oh,
Now, you've had
okay.
some big famous people come to
Yes,
the set.
yes.
Can
Yeah,
you
who did
name
you,
a few of the
can you name a
people?
few?
Sure.
Who'd you have recently?
Yeah.
Recently, we had Ben Affleck and
my
his
God.
wife, which was amazing. They were really nice.
Because Jessie is their kid's favorite show.
Yes, they actually requested to come, so I was like, oh my gosh, it's
Wow.
really cool. And we've had some amazing people come.
Anybody related to a president or anything?
Yes, Michelle Obama.
Michelle Obama was on the show.
Yeah, she was
What'd
on
you
the
think
show.
of that?
Oh my gosh, I was like, are you kidding me? Is she really on the show? I'm like, don't joke with
Were
me.
you able to actually go up to her, or did the Secret Service sort of, throw you down and block your way? And
I was
frisky?
actually I was, but there was like Secret Service like around me, like
Yeah.
don't try nothing, and I'm like, okay.
What are you gonna try?
I don't know.
I don't know that Skai Jackson is
It was
really
so
much
hard
of a
for like
threat.
even the set deck and props to come on because they had to like move things, and they're like, wait, do you have any scissors or any tape? And I'm like, no.
That's hilarious.
Were
Yeah.
you nervous to see her?
I'm not really. Not everyone else is really nervous, but I
And you're
was.
like, eh.
Yeah, and then we went to the White House to see.
You were
Oh,
there for the
you
Easter
were at
egg
the
roll
White House?
last
Yes.
year.
And I met Mr. Obama, and he is so nice.
Was he nice?
Yeah, he was really nice.
Did he hunt for Easter eggs with you, or did he just say Easter egg hunt has now begun, and now I have to go to the Oval Office?
I didn't
now I
even
have to go
get to do the
into a
Easter
cabinet
hunt,
meeting.
Really.
You
I
didn't?
No, I didn't get to do that. But I was like usually like in the booth, or I was like online waiting, and it took like forever. But I'm so
You
happy.
were
I
online waiting to roll and get ready to hunt for Easter eggs?
No, meet the president.
Oh.
But it was.
Oh, okay.
But it
All
was
right.
worth it. It was worth the wait. So.
Oh, okay. We've been given the signal.
There's signals.
Because to be perfectly honest with you, I
She's
could
got-
talk to you all day.
Yes.
I
know.
have. I've
We're
got
gonna
questions.
come home with you and just keep talking to
I
you
have
forever
science.
and
I have
ever.
set questions about science, like, do you know the periodic table of elements? Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there
Good,
you go.
good girl.
See, done.
All right.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much
Give you a
for
big hug.
coming
Mwah.
out here and
Thank you.
supporting this wonderful
No
event.
problem.
And we'll
I
see
love
you
being
on
here,
the
and I
set
want to
of-
come
Go
next
get
year.
some pancakes.
every
All right.
year.
Go get some
And we'll
pancakes
see
and
you
look
on
at the
Jesse.
Transformers.
All
hopefully.
righty.
Okay,
See you guys.
bye.
Bye, cutie pie. Just adore her. Terry, of
Terry.
course.
Hi.
Hey. First of all, I covet the coat.
You do, right?
I covet the
Coveting-
hair.
I
Isn't it the
covet-
best?
I want the
You
hair.
want the hair and the coat.
I've
hair
always
and coat,
wanted
awesome.
the hair.
Thank
think
you.
I should do
Just
that?
heaven, I'm just gonna.
For radio,
claw
the
you.
coat is like
Yeah, describe
full
the
length
coat.
and wool. I always wanted one. And I have now I have more curves, but at the time I built the coat, I wanted
I'm
something
sorry.
that
No, let's-
accented the
let's
waist.
just hang on.
Wait,
Sort
wait,
of
you
thing.
built
the coat?
Yeah.
How do
You
build
made this
the coat?
coat?
Yeah, I worked with someone and do it. Yeah.
You designed
So
it. and then-
cosplayers out here
Now
are
I need a
just
name.
exciting for me because
I need a
used
name
to
and a
do
number.
this. Yes.
You used to do cosplay?
a long time ago when
Tell-
it was called a costume contest, and I competed with people like V. Neal.
The fabulous V. Neal. I know V.
Yes,
Neal.
Bijou Tremble.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm saying some ancient names because it was a while ago.
V.
but-
Neal, Oscar winner. I think a several
Yes.
time Oscar winner
Yes.
for makeup.
And she was one of my biggest competitors, and it was really exciting.
When it used to be
compete
called
against
costume,
her.
because it's no longer called costume contest.
No, it's
What's it called?
cosplay now.
Cosplay.
And
Cosplay.
the costumes out here are unbelievable.
Yes.
Just like, whoa.
What was your big, back in the day, your costume of choice was, your character of choice was, or did you have several?
The biggest, the ones that most people loved more than anything is I came out as the New Hope, which after Empire Strikes Back, I dressed in a rebel outfit. I had a Yoda puppet, and I performed it as the next Hope because we didn't know who the New Hope was, and I was saying it was a woman.
You're visionary.
And then it
really.
was a
Yeah.
woman. It was Princess
most,
Leia. But,
most things actually are women.
Yeah.
Yes.
The really good things are actually women.
But the puppet has gotten huge notoriety, and people have said, "Weren't you?
Where's the
someone
puppet
recognize
today?
you." The puppet today is just in
At home?
a case and displayed and shown off. And Yoda was a big deal. I remember sitting with Bijou Tremble, and she talked about performance because the cosplayers can't just walk up
Right.
and model a costume. They have to be that character,
Exactly.
and usually they have to do it in like 90 seconds.
And a little backstory, and if they're asked a question, have a backstory.
Absolutely. And they have to be entertaining. So a lot of times if you're super dull but your costume's really cool, you're still kicked off the
have to
you know.
remember
These are
that,
tough.
Yeah, you really
rules.
have to create a character. So I decided that I was going to come on breathless, and then I was going to close my eyes, and Yoda was going to say, elevate the audience, you must. And I closed my eyes and acted when he instructs me to do that. So he's training me like Luke. I close my eyes, and when I open them, everyone in the audience, about 300 people, are standing on chairs. and I go, oh, you know, because I expected them not to move.
But I'll bet you won.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
But I had
Bravo.
to think, as an actor and performer, I had to think, they're standing, and so my back half of what I had rehearsed is gone. You know, and so I went, Yoda, I did it. And he said, great kid, don't get cocky.
I love it. Genius.
Improv. That
Genius.
is
Because
improv.
the spirit moved.
Yes,
The force
it did.
moved through you.
And it did. And improv has always been one of my best things. I'm a Foster Farms chicken. I've been one for 22 years.
You are one of the Foster Farms
I
chicken?
am one of the
That always
chickens.
scared me, improv. How do you like improv?
I
you were
love
at the Groundlings.
improv.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but what's
She goes way
interesting
back.
is that I can improvise in the as I become tongue-tied.
Yes.
I can improvise in the moment.
have to write
on
every
a
word
set.
for her.
I can on a set, in an audition. But you start like putting me in a show like an improv games, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to go over here and do some space work. I'm going to bake a cake. Here, look at me. I'm making an omelet. Don't ask me to talk. What? Who, when, and where? Because I will come on and do the thing that you are not supposed to do in improv.
There are
You know,
rules to
isn't it
improv,
lovely?
aren't there?
Isn't it
Yeah.
lovely on our honeymoon here off the sunny coast of Spain?
And then
And everyone
You
just
ruined it.
someone will lay out something and I'll say, no, I didn't. It's like, you know, it's like, oh no, add information, move it forward. So improv games, specific games, like What's My Line, fascinates me. Because I've tried it.
Yeah.
And scene work, like sketch work, fabulous.
And
But
it's
the-
so great.
But the
It's so
actual
great.
improv game.
people that sing improv. Like that
Yeah.
amazes me. that they
Yes.
can
Well,
make
I
up
do that
songs.
too. I do a lot of them to Let It Go.
Yes.
So I'm in the moment and,
Oh.
and Let It Go
Yeah.
because Let It Go is such a
Can
popular
you,
tune.
Can you do one
So-
now?
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I know it's putting you on the spot.
Let
but
it go, let it go. We're here for breakfast now. Don't you know? Don't you know? Every kid is really wow. Cosplay's here and actors too. Wonderful folks, that must be you.
Love it. Love
Adina
it.
what would you call her?
Idina Menzel, hey, she ain't got nothing. Nothing on
What's
Terry.
Travolta call her?
Oh,
Azim Menzel.
I do not know what John Travolino Tarantino called her, but all I know is that he messed up her name big time.
Oh yes, I remember that. I was like,
time.
oh my gosh. And
Tell
you
us
got
what-
to just sort of
Tell us what you're working on. What's going on in
Well,
your life?
this
Because you are such a
this
friend
is
of Combat
just-
Radio.
Yeah, how did you
this
meet
is
Ethan?
Well, Bob Gurr, who's going to be your next guest, as a matter of
Yes.
fact.
Oh.
But Bob Gurr and I go way back. I'm a Disney artist, was Imagineer. Bob was one of my greatest mentors, and he told me about Ethan, and he said that this guy is as big, you know, his heart is as big as the world. And Terry, if
By the
you
way, and
wanna-
so is his wife. His wife's heart
They're-
is big as
the-
well.
the-
The two
his
of them
daughter,
together.
my God.
All of them.
All of them are incredible, and his daughter and I actually did a book signing last week to help this event, and she was there, and she was drawing her anime characters, and I said, have you ever worked in color? And she said no, so I brought her a box of my Prismacolor pencils. I have tons of them, and I love them.
Did you bring
and
some
I
for
brought
us?
her a set. Now next time, just let
Okay.
me know. I'll bring you
We
some.
could be
so.
drawing. during
Okay,
it.
well, I have
So,
a little
yeah.
something to share with you.
Uh-oh.
Please.
A little history.
Oh, yes.
My grandfather was one of Walt Disney's original layout artists,
Oh my gosh, name?
Hugh Hennessy.
Oh my gosh. how
And my
awesome.
father, before he became a production designer, worked at Disney as an illustrator and was one of the men responsible for designing Main Street and
Awesome.
Tomorrowland, the good Tomorrowland, before they changed it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one.
And my brother's an Imagineer. My brother was an Imagineer,
My
Scott Hennessy.
gosh, you just have a whole history.
It's
This is
all
just
Disney
wonderful.
history. Disney history. So I know when you say Imagineer, it's like I know what it takes. I know what it takes to
was
design
just-
something. It's
It's
astonishing.
the greatest job in the world. I've had, I sat with Breakfast with Bob because everybody's asking me to do this Imagineering book, and I said, Bob, I know I want to do it, but, and he was like, historical or Pollyanna? And I was like, Bob, really? And he's like, okay, Pollyanna.
Exactly.
Because my life is a cat's cradle. I'm over here doing a commercial, then I'm over there doing Imagineering, then I'm over here doing something else.
And your specific job for Imagineering is
I was a show designer, so if you go to
you're in
Paris,
show
I was
ride?
a ride show attractions designer. So I did Big Thunder Paris.
No kidding.
And designed Dragon's Lair all by myself. Dragon's Lair is mine, and I am so.
I think it's
love
worth a trip to
dragons
Paris
so-
to go.
Oh, it's neat.
Is it
think she
really?
should
Yes.
take
Super cool.
us.
I think we should
Oh,
take
I
us.
would love that.
I think Disney should take us.
Yes, there we go. Do you heard that? Disney, three of us.
Combat
Let's go.
Radio goes
Fantastic.
to Paris.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
the best? And they're talking about maybe next year, maybe running, having a race, and I like to run the races, the Disney
I'm
races.
a runner. I can do that.
Yeah, the Disney races, and
I've
they're thinking of
done
doing it in
half
France.
marathons.
This child
So-
will be watching off to the side on the
Okay.
sidelines,
You'll
be
having
cheering us.
having a chai tea latte.
Yeah,
Going,
absolutely,
"Woohoo!"
absolutely. It just
Keep going.
yeah. So this event and Ethan, and I sat with his daughter, and I said to her, I said, he reminds me of somebody. Ethan reminds me of somebody, and I remember, and I
You
finally
are?
said, no, Skipper. From the Penguins of Madagascar. If
you
you,
know-
listen to those penguins, it's Ethan. The skipper's like, all right, guys, let's go. It's Ethan.
You're absolutely right. Now, of
And
course,
it's
my
adorable.
mind, and I'm going to date myself here. I went right to Gilligan's Island.
I did too. Okay, we're old.
But you know what? The same thing
What do you
applies.
say, Skipper?
Wait, now,
You know?
wait till you see this penguin.
Alan Hale Jr., Ethan Dettenmeyer.
There you go.
I'm
wanna
weighing
do-
them each.
I want to do a sculpture where it's, and I think it's going to be the penguin wearing a sweater and it's Ethan's face, because he just reminds me so
Oh,
much
you
of
have
that
to do
character,
that.
and that character reminds me so much of him, and it's just delightful to be a part of something like
Isn't
this,
it
and,
great?
and you just
Isn't it
feel
wonderful?
so
And the time
blessed.
and energy he puts into this.
He's just incredible.
Extraordinary. Now oh look, Ethan's getting on the sleigh. You can't see it.
Yeah.
I'm also watching these clones. You know, we've got Star Wars clones, and they're standing. They're like crazy.
They are
ass,
in
and they're
character.
stock
Character.
still.
They're awesome.
My question is,
Their
do
outfits
they
are
drive
awesome.
in those outfits?
No, but
No.
then did you
You
see
guys
the
have been
car?
pulled over?
Did you see the car? The car. Now this
Yes,
again
yes.
is the ultimate cosplay person. They'll take it all the way.
All the way.
And I can't. You
All
know,
the way
some people
home.
may think, oh, that's a little weird and crazy, but back in the day of Star Wars, which was the movie that changed my life, I had a car named Vader 1, and I had a tape in it that breathed like
Wow.
Darth Vader. So I
Oh,
can't,
wait, go
I
back.
can't call
Stop,
anybody
stop.
bad names.
So,
Come on up,
Bob.
Oh, I'm Bob.
Nice
And
to know you,
are
handsome. I'm Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Yes.
And you
Stan
are
Zimmerman, nice
Dan
to meet you.
Zimmerman.
Stan.
All right. I think you know my friend Barr.
Who?
Mrs. Barr.
Mrs. Barr? We don't know.
Oh,
but
Roseanne Barr? I do. How do you know her?
I met her backstage on a ship this
Oh,
summer. Yeah,
yes,
this
I
summer.
did write on the Roseanne.
boy, the
TV
tales to be
show.
told there.
Yes.
Romance on the high
But
seas.
there's children.
I think.
There's children here. Yes.
So back to Disney.
You were on a cruise. You were on a cruise with Roseanne,
Yes.
and how was that for you?
Well, I turned out I was the oldest person in the audience because she's always looking for the oldest person,
Yeah.
starting in the
On a
60s,
cruise
70s.
ship, you were the oldest person? Really?
Yes,
'Cause I-
80
yeah, no.
83.
No.
Then she picked on me. Well, no, she's got the shtick about what it's like to get old.
Right.
And then she says, yes, Bob, I know what it's like, but I can't tell you what she told me because this is a public
because there are
broadcast.
children.
Yes, you'll tell me later.
There
yes.
are children.
All right.
And I'm sure I've heard her say it before. Yes.
Okay.
And worse. Yes.
Your history with Disney is long, lengthy. Tell us, please.
Well, Walt was collecting all kinds of people in 1954.
Like my grandfather, Hugh Hennessy.
Right.
Yes.
And it turned out, in retrospect, he needed like one person of every craft.
Right.
Blend those together. Didn't matter what education they had or not,
Right.
what experience they had or
Right.
not, because you can't go to college for Disneyland 101.
No.
There's no such
no,
training.
No. And you can't really teach perspective or eye. It's got there are things that are instinctual that you can't teach.
So visualize this group of people
Okay.
asked to design something never designed before.
Wow.
These people were fearless. It was very interesting. Walt had a way of sort of sizing up what somebody could do. He really wasn't interested in what you'd done. If you said, well, you know, Walt, I did this. You want to see my portfolio? I'm not interested in what you've done. I'm interested in what you're going to do. And he treated that with his whole group of people. Now, this was in October of 1954. And again, in retrospect, I learned that there was 12 original people picked out by Walt by the end of 1954 that would be the genesis of the Imagineers. Now, of course, I was young. I was 23. And sadly, I have outlived them all. So you are looking at The last,
The last
man
remaining.
standing.
The last man
Yes.
standing.
Awesome.
Right.
It's the Last Supper, and you are it. You're holding the
He's
challenge.
holding
And the,
torch.
and the curious thing is, the memories then and the ones today are linked so close in time. We know the time is great distance, but mentally I can see that day I started. I see the guys we were working with, seeing how Walt inspired everybody to do stuff, and then here we are today, and you're asking questions.
And there are how many parks? There's because Orlando, because there was only Disneyland when I was when I
Yes.
grew up. There was only Disneyland, and it was the destination. It's still a destination, but now you've got Paris, and you've got Tokyo Disney Sea. You've got
Hong Kong,
It's
and-
coming.
And Shanghai
Shanghai
coming.
coming.
Yes,
Shanghai's
Shanghai
coming.
will be a big, gorgeous
Yeah.
park when this is done.
So when you
And
went
of course, there'll be a couple more. You know.
Of course,
when you-
I expect Moscow is coming soon.
when you went in to meet Disney, what did you know about him at the first meeting?
He was the father of Donald Duck.
That's what you.
Now you see, I didn't like Mickey Mouse, but I liked the
Donald?
duck.
Why?
The duck had a lot of personality. He was irascible. Mickey was always polite, very nice. Donald Duck could be irritated at a drop of an egg.
curmudgeonly.
So you related
Yeah.
to the Duck.
Oh, yeah.
to Donald.
But I didn't really know all that much about Walt Disney, except everybody knows who Walt
the
Disney is.
cartoons, exactly.
And were you
And-
intimidated?
No, because I was never introduced to him.
No.
He would have people come in on, no, really. He would have people come in on Saturday. He'd pay us for 5 days and work us 6. Just try that today.
Yeah.
Nobody objected. It was fine. But,
And the smart people won't object today.
No, yeah.
no, I'd make drawings, the little Autopia car body. I'd bring it in, like the following Saturday. And there was a little Autopia car chassis out in the back lot, no body on it. He wanted me to design a body for that. And, guys will stand around and there's some tires, so you put your foot on the tire and put your elbow down on your knee and talk about the car. And we had a spare wheel available. And a guy walks up, kind of an older guy, kind of unshaven, kind of ratty looking. I had a funny little tie with a little symbol on it. And then when the conversation finished, as he walked off, everybody said, "See ya, Walt." And I thought, do you suppose that was Walt? I thought it was a father of one of the night guards. But in the course of the conversation, that's the way he was on that back lot. There was no formality.
And that's how he sized you up that day.
Yeah.
So I've always thought that the original Autopia cars, again dating myself, thank you very much, were Corvette bodies.
The one you remember is the Mark 7 that looks a little bit like a 68 Corvette.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, that was the Mark 7 car. We went through all these different models. So you missed the first one, which looked like a little Ferrari.
Mark is big around the park. There's the Mark Twain and the Mark 7 cars, and then the monorail is the Mark.
Everybody asks Mark. Mark is English. They, a capital M, small k, to designate a anything in a series. And so
Mark Twain. Mark.
Well-
Well,
Okay,
well,
maybe,
that's
maybe
the
not
name.
that,
No,
that Mark.
The background is this. There was a program called Dragnet. Jack Webb,
yes.
Mark 7 Productions. He had a
Right.
Jaguar Mark 7.
Right.
I thought, how cool. So I started designating everything I did was mark this, mark that.
You are
and-
responsible for
yes,
the Mark labeling in the park.
Yes.
Yes.
That's-
Remember, it's
this-
not
this,
Mark.
This
Yeah.
like chills, because I'm such a
Yes.
Disney file. Because my history is Disney. My
Yeah.
family is Disney.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah, and you never stop asking questions.
no. So rides that you were specifically responsible for in the park, Autopia.
How much time have you got?
How much time?
I want to know.
The list
All right, Autopia.
The original, the good Autopia.
Main Street vehicles, that means the red car, the yellow car, the omnibus, and the fire engine. I
Love
talk
it.
Walt into the fire engine.
Nice.
Right, and then there was a Viewliner train that came and went in like 2 years.
Okay. Know it.
Then the excursion train, the monorail,
The
monorail.
submarine,
The original
the
submarine.
Matterhorn, yes,
Oh,
The
the
Matterhorn.
Matterhorn, yes, and
I'm falling off my chair.
yeah, and more and more, and then pretty soon he had me designing Abraham
flying saucers.
Lincoln.
You designed Great
For the-
Moments with Mr. Lincoln.
Yes, for New York World's Fair.
Oh my gosh! Which then came
Yes,
the park.
yes. And then at the same time, I was designing the Ford Magic Skyway for the Ford Pavilion. Did a lot of work on the Carousel of Progress.
Carousel of Progress.
Did some stuff on Small World.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You wanna sing
And
the
on
song?
and on and on.
No.
No singing.
Because then it will be in my head for the rest
Forever
of
and
my
ever.
life. God bless.
Yes.
Oh, you should hear Small World backwards.
I should.
Oh,
And
Is that like
another
the
time.
Beatles songs?
Another
Like the Beatles songs,
time.
There's a secret
Yes.
message.
We have got to let you go because I know there are pancakes and sausage waiting for you. But this has been
Right.
what a thrill. This
Yes,
is
there'll be a monorail
this is,
taking you to
no
the pancakes.
seriously history,
Fantastic.
and not just sort of Los Angeles history. This is world history right here because what was created at Disneyland is now spreading the tentacles of Disney. Are many and long.
Touched.
The lives that you
have
personally have touched.
And
Yes.
the joy you
are,
brought to so
are-
many people.
Well, you
Thank
can't count them.
Well, all of us, in those days, people say, oh, you're creating a classic. We had no idea we were creating a classic.
I know. You never
We
did.
were just getting what Walt wanted done. And it was our pleasure to develop those attractions because we enjoy them just as much. But to see people by the hundreds of millions
Hundreds of
enjoying them,
And to this
fine. We
Thank you
just
so
love
much.
it. Okay,
Thank you
pleased to meet
so
you.
much.
All
And
right.
Terry, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank
so
All
much.
right,
Stay off
okay.
cruises,
No
yes.
problem.
All right.
No problem.
We'll
Yes.
see you on Combat
Okay.
Radio
You
soon.
bet we will.
Come on, Terry. We got to go get pancakes.
I'll get
All
pancakes
right, here
and
we go.
bacon.
It's a date, handsome.
I'd love some hash
hungry?
browns.
Yeah.
By the way, if anyone's interested, I'd love
Yeah.
some hash browns. Just put it out there. Some hash browns, maybe a little bacon.
What if it gets
Maybe,
in
and
your teeth?
you know what? And if a pancake happens to fall on the plate, I'm not going to be. Just putting it out there
Now, do you
see,
cook?
there's no. I do cook.
Would you make a pancake?
I make fabulous pancakes,
Okay, what were-
but I make what I call them
Like
corn.
blueberry,
No corn.
corn.
My pancakes are savory.
Did you put anything
Corn
in
and
them?
rosemary.
That's all you put in it.
Well,
Okay.
corn.
Okay.
You know, it's
And
corn
the rosemary.
and the
yeah.
rosemary. Maybe some herbes de Provence.
Yes. Okay.
And
where'd you learn that?
My father. My father, who's one of the
father is-
designers of Main Street at Disneyland and Tomorrowland, the good one, we used to put corn in the batter. So they were savory pancakes, not sweet.
So as a kid, you got to be taken there to Disneyland
Well, yes.
while they were building
No.
it? Or no.
No. In fact, the House of Tomorrow, that sort of, that was the geometric home that was designed, it wasn't a Lautner design, I can't remember, was gone by the time that I went there. I think, because I was born in 62.
No,
Yeah,
you
y'all figure it
shouldn't-
out.
You shouldn't say that.
Hey, you know what? I look
Darn
gosh
good.
darn
Yes,
good
you
for 52.
Yeah.
That's right.
Own it, yes.
Own it. I do own it.
Good
You
for
have
you.
to.
Good
You
for
have to
you.
because it's these aren't the contract player studio days where you literally distance and darkness and gauze were
Do
a
you
girl's
wish you
best
had
friend.
been there back then?
I know I was. I know in a previous life
Wouldn't
I
that
was.
have been-
I know
I
I was
always-
the 20s. There's a reason that Sunset Boulevard is my all-time favorite movie. I was Norma Desmond.
How cool would that have been
Absolutely.
to be in Hollywood as it was
Right. Right.
becoming Hollywood?
Right.
I,
Oh,
I
absolutely.
I always
Coming up,
felt that way.
being one of the
Like the Busby
creating forces.
Berkeley
Oh,
days.
yeah. Absolutely.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Ooh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Ooh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, they're making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Let's jingle all the way.
Hey,
Buddy, how are you?
great.
Welcome to the 4th annual Combat Radio Christmas event for homeless kids. Thank you for coming out and bringing some cheer.
Fantastic event. Fantastic.
Thank you for making it so, man, because a lot of it's about artists like you who get involved. That's the thing. I just work the phones. I get an expert like Stan in here.
How you doing?
We
Nice
get
to
some
see
really
you.
sweet mufflers.
There
A
you
lot of
go.
expertise shown
And we
around
come on,
here.
yes, we come on out and do what we can. Santa's arrived. The sleigh is loaded.
With Skai Jackson from
With
the
Skai
Jesse
Jackson.
Show. How did you get her?
I think we said that Stan Zimmerman
That'll
had
do
something
it.
to
You just
do
use my name.
with the broadcast. And all of a sudden, well, if
And-
Stan's there, of course we have to be there.
Everybody shows up.
There's also a Darth Vader out there.
Oh, I saw
There's
him.
so many,
There's so many characters.
here besides you. Yeah.
Get on the yes. Besides
How much is
you,
the price tag? Did you not
Yeah.
pay for
Yeah,
this?
well,
promo?
get this out of the
you
pawn
know.
shop.
Yeah. Finally, you could get it back, huh?
It was guaranteed if there's a problem. see, then
Okay.
I know what to do.
Now, what was that song you were playing?
Oh, let it snow.
Let It Snow. And where's the snow?
Well, somewhere around.
Somewhere. I just
It
saw
almost snowed at this event last year. Well, it rained ferociously, but
Wow.
anyway.
I was just back east and actually saw snow probably for the first time in 5-6 years.
In a long time.
Beautiful. It's so beautiful there.
Adds a lot to the season.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that.
Oh, hey.
You've been practicing
pleasure.
all morning, right?
You know what?
I'm using the same 12 notes.
Same.
so-
I was just in different order. There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm sorry to have breakfast during the broadcast, but it's
And
been a long
cookies are
morning
your
for me.
breakfast?
Well,
Breakfast of champions.
Is that?
breakfast of champions. There's some fudge here
There
too
you
from
go.
our friends at Bake You Happy across the street. But you're on the Combat Radio Christmas album. So is Stan. Stan makes an
Yes,
appearance on it.
I do. Thank you for
all
doing
for
that
social
great
services.
album. That is
Yes.
fantastic.
Wonderful.
And you do Silent Night, and you actually kind of are the big finish of the album, and it's great to have you on it.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be there.
Yeah, you're awesome in every sense of the word, buddy. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. What would you be doing if you weren't playing for the kids today?
Yeah, I'd have been probably sleeping or I don't know, something dumb. You saved me
Something
from
dumb?
myself, Ethan.
Well, that's what I do. Sit here. I'm going to actually do me a favor.
Have
Give us
some
another
cookies.
song.
Yeah, play a song.
Yeah, give us another song. Give us another song.
Okay.
You want to play the song from your from the album?
Yeah,
All right. all
please.
right.
Everyone must get that album.
Yes.
That is such incredible array of artists that you got on there. Here
It
we
is
go.
a 2-disc, real quick. It is a 2-disc Christmas album benefiting social services that features not only Steve, also the members of Oingo Boingo, Stan Zimmerman, many great talents. And you can get it at CD Baby. Just type in a Combat Radio Christmas and bang.
It's a must. And great
Download
to
it.
give to your friends and family,
Yes,
which I
Stan
did that at
shopped it out.
Thanksgiving. I took them all from Amoeba, but there are more at Amoeba, hopefully.
Yes,
they can
Amoeba's
buy.
been restocked, but I appreciate
Right.
you
Yes.
getting involved. So here's a little something from the album.
All right.
Fantastic. That was great.
Yeah,
Hey,
baby.
I'm going to turn this over. We need some craziness up here.
Oh,
'Cause
there's
now
only
we've
one
had some
person for
we've had some
that.
jazz sophistication.
Yes.
Let's bring it up. Rick Mora. Bring it up, Rick Mora.
How do I follow the trombone? I mean, that's
Yeah.
that's
What instrument did you bring?
that. Whew,
Uh-oh.
the flute.
There you
Ah.
go.
What
This
up,
is
what up?
there's a children's event
This
here.
is a children's event.
Rick
So
Mora,
that's-
ladies and
there you
gentlemen.
go.
Rick
Aladdin
Mora.
is here. And,
Oh, and the children are here. Oh, first I have to make an announcement that the auction is closing at 10:30.
The auction is closing at 10:30.
There you go.
Get your auctioning happening.
I had to keep my work that I had to report on coming onto stage. I was known that
You had
the
a
auction,
job
I had
to
a job.
do,
Let everybody know
okay.
the auction is closing at 10:30.
And what kind of auction is it? It's not that kind where they say it real fast, is it?
No, actually, it
You could
is.
do that.
It is the.
Where you go and you write it down.
It
what
is
you want
that
bidding?
wonderful gift table that
Okay.
Ethan puts together. Every year he finds the most amazing contributors to bring, the one-of-a-kind items, Disney, signed lithographs, movies. This is the auction.
This is it?
This is the auction.
Okay.
Stan, how you
Okay,
doing?
I'm doing great. Do you want some cookies? You have
I
some beautiful
don't.
Cookies?
I haven't been watching my girlish figure.
Right,
It takes a little.
fantastic.
It takes
talk
work.
Talk to us about your beautiful jacket.
Well,
is it one jacket or
it
two?
is one jacket, double
Okay.
line.
There
Thank
you
you.
go, okay.
And I guess I shouldn't say, but I gotta figure out.
Who
it
you
was
stole
a
it from.
sponsored gift, so
Okay.
I have to know my makers. See, now you put me to the test. It doesn't
There you
even.
go.
It doesn't even have. What I
Now
do
you're
like
taking
is
it.
my vintage Battlestar Galactica
There
classic.
we go. Well, move your hair.
Oh,
You've
there
got
we
a
go.
lot of
Sorry
hair
about
there.
that.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm at Comic-Con.
There you are.
I
Who are the different characters you saw today? Who's the most outrageous that you?
I'm gonna say, I was really impressed with C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, these guys are walking around, rolling it.
And they stay in character,
I-
even when they're eating pancakes.
I don't even
Yeah.
know them. I don't think there
They ain't.
is anybody in them. I think
Really?
these are
Actually?
robotic, real,
Wow.
real deal Holyfield.
Really deal.
Yeah,
Hope.
yeah.
There you go.
Thanks for coming out this year,
Well,
Stan.
this is-
Welcome. I'd like to
now,
welcome
this is
you.
my first
This
time
is
here.
your-
So tell me
Stan's
about.
a virgin.
Yes.
Yes.
Talk to me about the other ones and how this differs.
Well,
We have
first,
sunshine.
well, yes, last year it rained.
That's
so,
what I heard.
So I always like to say that we were getting
Rained on.
God's moisture.
Okay, there you go.
he was just letting us know he was there,
Okay.
but he didn't dump on us.
Okay.
But first I have to thank Greg for Salt Creek Grill.
Oh, let's talk
We
about
would
Salt
not
Creek
be able to
Grill.
do this if we
There-
did not have Greg from Salt Creek Grill support. He has been here leading the way along next to Ethan. If you could imagine anybody could lead next to Ethan, because that's a tough
Serving
one.
great food for us here.
Providing his staff, the hospitality, opening his doors, his back doors, his front doors,
And the bathroom doors.
and the bathrooms. This Salt Creek Grill, if I were to
In
get
Valencia.
up in Valencia,
Yeah.
it gets me up at 6:30 to drive here by 7.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good stuff.
This is good. And not that far from Hollywood.
No,
so.
and I don't know if anybody dropped in that we're here because Ethan puts
Made
together.
us? No.
Yeah, I like it. He did make us, but
He asked
it's
us.
one of those things that we're honored to be made to do. Is that right?
Yes.
Ethan is a
And
rock
how did
star.
you meet Ethan?
There's this little show he asked me to be on, Combat Radio.
Yes.
And Ethan discovered
you?
discovered the inner radio personality of Rick Mora.
Yes.
I didn't know it was there. I didn't know I had one.
Yes.
Stan, how does this happen? I always say, I didn't choose this.
It chose you.
It chose me.
Right,
Ethan
yes.
chose me.
Yes, your personality comes out
Do-
beyond the radio.
Does
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Is that
it
or is
does,
that
it
Red
does.
Bull?
That's
Maybe
the
that's
Red
Red Bull. I
talking,
don't
yes.
know.
Yes.
But this is our 4th year.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, it's grown twice. It's almost like seriously a Comic-Con. Like it started small, then the next year
I've
got
never
bigger.
been to Comic-Con. Don't tell anybody. Maybe
man.
next year. Yeah.
He
yeah.
just admitted it.
Yeah.
He's not a cosplayer.
No, not
if
yet-
you
not
were,
yet,
if you
okay.
were to go to
Yeah.
Comic-Con, who would you dress up as? If
What would you suggest? What does my persona say?
What is-
Oh, don't say.
Darth Maul.
There you go. Okay.
No, you're not. I won't say that.
Transformer.
I
No,
love that.
What?
Spock.
Okay,
Yeah.
Spock, okay.
You can be a Trekkie at
There you
Cos.
go.
You can
There
be a
you go.
Trekkie.
I have to do the
See,
finger
we were
thing.
just informed he should be Spock.
Yeah, there you go.
And
I could do that. Right.
but this,
Why do you think he said Spock? Now.
because I think
I look like Spock?
he
Okay,
sees the
that's
intellectual
cool,
in you.
'cause I'm so smart,
Yeah,
right? What is
he's-
your name? Nick. Hi, Nick.
Hey, there's Nick.
Yeah, there's
Nick,
Nick.
give a
What-
shout out,
over
Nick.
Here, Nick.
Come and give a shout out.
Yes. What brings you here, Nick?
I want to help. I just want to help all the kids here. Just like helping.
That's what I'm talking
Very,
about.
very nice of you to
Yeah.
do that. Is this your first year?
No, it's my second.
Oh, look at you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's got more experience than
There
Stan.
you go. And what? Yeah, you should be sitting here.
You should be
and
sitting
what
here.
character would you want to be? You can't take Spock. I got that now. Yeah, Comic-Con.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Hey, see, when you're asked, it's very hard.
Yeah,
huh?
you think it's so easy there, throwing out Spock.
I kind of want to be Luke Skywalker.
Why? He wants to own it.
I like Star Wars a lot.
Okay. Did you see the new trailer? Are you excited?
God, yeah.
Yeah, what's your view on
OMG.
that?
We got an OMG on the new Star Wars
What's your view
trailer.
on the
You heard it
trailer?
first.
Looks really good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How
think
many
it's
times have you seen it? 5 bazillion times?
4 or 5.
4 or
I'm
5,000.
also kind of shocked about the new Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, actually.
Yeah, it is.
World,
Yeah, I'm looking for that one too.
Not just a park now, it's a world.
Yeah.
And then where's it go after that? Jurassic
Universe.
Universe and then Galaxy.
Galaxy,
then
I like it.
And beyond, right?
And I
There's
love it.
no limit to that Jurassic. That's cool. And other movies you're looking forward to this Christmas season?
No, those are the 2 main movies I'm looking for.
Okay.
Oh, and Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Ah, you know, I'm looking for Mad Max too. That looks pretty
Yeah,
good.
going to the premiere this Sunday.
All
Look at
right,
you.
look at you.
You're like a
I'm going to be your
celebrity.
plus one.
You're going to do the red carpet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
right on.
Yes. And did you get to meet Skai Jackson from Jesse?
Yeah, I'm chaperoning.
You're chaperoning
Whoa.
her, so you go to the set?
OMG, Sky's chaperone.
Oh,
You're her plus one, huh?
Hey, everybody.
You're her
This is one of our
Welcome
buddies
back.
right here.
we have Ethan.
Hey,
Ethan D.
real quick,
Yeah.
we got some craziness happening. Stand by.
Craziness.
Actually,
We
hold
got-
on.
Ethan's
We're
gonna-
going to bring on my friend Jeremy Ratchford,
Bring him on.
Jeremy Ratch.
star of Cold Case.
Bring him in.
Okay,
Star of
thanks
Cold
for
Case. He's
helping.
got his kids. Cold Case, Jersey Boys. No, you stick around,
Are you
Rick.
sure?
Yeah.
Let me make some room then for him.
You're going to actually co-host it. Jersey Boys, Unforgiven, all this crazy. I got to turn
you
over
go.
some gift cards from the Ratchford family for the homeless kids.
Oh,
you
that's
go.
great.
So I'm going to turn it over to this guy.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
There
dun.
you
Give me,
go.
hey man, give me a hug. Good to see you. Good to see you.
This has been fantastic.
Check it out over there. You got Steve Bloom and Jennifer Hale, who is Wonder Woman and the Avengers and everything else, handing out presents to kids. How often do you see that?
Oh, thank you.
Come in.
How often
Show
come on,
some love.
Give it up for
Show
Jennifer
some love.
Hale, who should have been Wonder Woman, in my opinion. We should have
She
casted her as
is
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
I'm in for
She
that.
is Wonder Woman.
You are
Jennifer,
wonderful.
sit up
Please,
here.
I don't want to
Meet Jeremy
Come,
Ratchford,
Cheryl.
star of
right,
Cold
baby.
Case.
Hey, how are you? Nice to
Stan
meet you,
Zimmerman, my
There you go.
co-host.
Just
Hey,
star of
Stan.
everything. Yeah.
Star of everything.
Yeah.
Come on in here.
And Rick
Have a
Mora,
seat.
token Native American.
There you
Yeah,
go.
because no party's a party without a warrior.
That's right. And I'm Inuit.
I love it.
And we have
you never
cookies
know
for you, too,
where
if you'd
they
like
come
some.
from,
That's
where they come
right.
out of the woodworks.
You never know.
Yes.
I'm keeping
So
an eye on
this is my whole
salon
thing.
out there.
Growing up, I never went to a party and saw Darth Vader.
Who was at
Spider-Man.
Who was at your party?
You know,
live in LA, then.
maybe a
Your mother,
cowboy.
your cowboy.
You know, so it wasn't too far to get to rural
No,
Ontario.
Some sad,
Rural farm.
some sad clown or a sad
You're
clown.
Canadian as well?
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too.
there
And
we
I'm
go.
more rural than you.
She's Inuit.
Goose Bay, Labrador.
Goose Bay, Labrador.
Yeah.
Kitchener, Waterloo. I was gonna say, do you know what you call an Eskimo peeping tom?
What would that
wait
be?
for it.
Wait, I don't know if we can say.
Took a look.
There you
He's on
go.
because this is a family show. Took a look at Sam. I like that.
Ask your parents what that means. There you go. There you go. Let's keep it to Christmas here, okay, you Canadians?
Well,
Leave it to you
I got my-
guys
I got my
to-
Christmas
to
just,
take
but
it
I
off
can't tell
the
them.
rails
It's a
here.
family
I
event.
know.
It's okay.
Yeah,
So
do you
this
have,
is
do you have
your
green
first year?
cards?
Yeah.
I'm
Can you
actually-
show them?
I'm dual.
Can
I'm a dual
I'm
citizen.
kidding now.
I'm a dual
He's
as
also
well.
immigration,
Yeah. Are you
so he's a
dual
dual.
as well?
I'm a doula.
You're a
You're a
doula.
doula?
Oh, gosh. I love your
Okay.
career.
And what were your Christmases like up there?
Cool. Well, I was only there for 2 Christmases, and then I was back in the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yours growing up?
I see. This is the other thing I remember. Like snow days
Did
were
you
money
have this
days.
voice
I
as a
was gonna
child?
ask that same question. Is
Yeah.
this a
Yes.
stage voice?
I got sent to the
You
nurse's
grew up
office
like that?
every year at
I'm
roll
sure.
call. Ratchford, here.
Okay.
Go to the nurse.
So funny.
But yeah, snow days when I was growing up, that meant
Oh,
money.
yeah, I'm from Detroit, yeah, so I know about
Yeah,
snow
you
days.
get the
Yeah.
shovel on your back, and a group
Yeah.
of you go around, and then you would get to the bottom of the hill and
Right.
push cars up the hill.
Yeah.
Like they were adventure days.
It was
Snow
exciting.
days?
Yeah.
Snow days.
I have to
Yeah.
drive 2 hours to get snow.
Yeah,
I
they don't
know
have
what's
snow days
They don't
here.
have snow.
No.
We have snow
They have an
ski
audition.
week.
That's how they take it.
We
off.
have
There you
ski
go.
week.
We-
Is that close?
We have drought and heat days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? My kids now, I know, I got 10, 7, and 4. They are
busy.
completely.
Do you know their names?
Completely American. Because after the second day of rain, they were like, "Oh, this rain." I'm like, 2 days?
Yeah,
2 days?
Yeah.
I
You
know.
haven't seen rain in 7 years in 2 days?
Storm watch.
I
It was
would
a big
hardly
thing.
Oh,
call it
God.
a
That's
storm.
the funniest
It is,
part.
yeah.
That's the funniest part. Storm watch.
And where will you be for Christmas?
Here.
Here with
Yeah.
your kids?
Yeah.
Oh, this is incredible,
Yeah,
really.
I had no idea.
Ethan Ross. And it's interesting. And you all, this is your first year? No, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here I am wanting to share.
Yes,
this,
he's
this,
the elder,
this
the Native
platform of
American
love.
elder.
I
Yes,
have been
yes.
here since the very beginning, from day one, and I'm so honored to tell you guys this has grown every year, 2 times 2 times 2. It's like it was just a little seed, and we watered it, and it grew and grew and grew, and now it's like if you. I was commenting to Stan that if you hadn't got to Comic-Con, you have today.
Yeah, right.
I think that there are more cosplayers here than there is in San Diego during Comic-Con weekend.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It is an amazing.
Oh, Buzz Lightyear just
amazing-
showed up.
Oh, it's an amazing representation. They are all so excited to participate. If in the parking structure, it is literally like walking through Comic-Con. Did you notice?
It is.
I mean,
I'm sure the locals are going, what is
What is
this?
happening? Yeah.
Well, I love Santa showed up on a fire truck. I was like,
every year, every year he's brought in style. Last year, we had a wonderful contributor make Santa's sleigh from scratch.
Oh, yeah?
He baked the, he ground the wheat and he put the flour together and he made Santa's sleigh for us so that the kids can come to Santa on the sleigh.
So that sleigh's made out of ground wheat?
Yes,
And
he made them scratch. When you make things from scratch.
A little
All
baking
natural.
soda, a little
This is
salt,
not the Rose
an
Parade.
egg.
Oh.
You're in Valencia.
I'm
from the Salt
auditioning.
Creek Grill.
I'm auditioning for the Rose Parade.
Yeah, okay.
I'd love that gig.
And I am
It's a
Bobby
good-
Banks.
I-
Yes,
but-
there
yeah.
you go. It's a nice
Now you make me
parade.
trying to think of who his
Stephanie
Edwards. There
That's
we
right.
go.
And do you take your kids to the parade? Have you ever been to the Rose Parade?
I went to the
Oh,
Rose
it's
Parade.
really amazing.
you have to rite a
parade.
passage.
That's my
Yeah,
birthday.
you don't like.
It's a rite of passage.
Oh, your
The
birthday?
first is my birthday, and I got to go to the Rose Parade finally one year. The year
Uh-oh,
that
we're
it
being
rained
attacked.
and was cold as could be.
spy. You're coming with us.
Let me tell you something right now. This is my time, brother.
My man Casper.
Hey,
Ah! I'm like Ebenezer Scrooge on steroids.
wait, I'm not the droid you're looking for. Is that the crocodile?
Silence,
Rebel Scum.
Bye.
Bye.
Jerry,
Wow.
Wow, that's quite an entrance.
What was that all about?
Did you wrangle that? That's pretty good.
I have to apologize that Ethan made him dress up.
Ethan said, "Hey, put
I
something
like
on."
the dressed up as the T-shirt, and you just threw a jacket
A
on
jacket
over.
over it.
That's
This is
the
like
best
it's almost like
This
the
is
80s.
dressed up.
It's like the
Yeah.
80s.
See my boy Casper
Where we
is
dance.
dressed up. Love it. Welcome.
Hi.
This is also another
First
Christmas
time.
for the homeless veteran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you've been here before.
And I'm always
Leading
amazed.
the way.
It's getting bigger and better.
Bigger.
See?
And,
It's
and
amazing.
Santa
I wasn't
is,
just stretching the truth.
jaw dropping.
And he's getting fatter. Yeah.
You know what? He's getting
And older.
Speaking of
and
which,
older.
cookie for you?
Oh no.
I'm good
No,
right
you're
now.
good.
I
I'm
am,
good right now.
I am
Thank
in
you.
the middle of a 10-day sugar detox.
Okay.
So-
You chose the wrong 10
no,
days.
no, I picked the right 10 days.
Because you're leading
I'm
into
gonna
it.
get off this thing. I'm gonna sugar it up, and then in January I'll do it again.
Very good.
You
Very
just like
good.
to punish yourself, don't
No,
you?
no, I like to challenge my body.
Challenge. I
Challenge.
like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Not
All
one
around
who
you.
gives in. I
And it's
get
good
that.
to do those little surges and then the fast and then
Yeah,
the surge
exactly.
and fast.
And how did you meet Ethan?
Wow. Good
Uh-oh.
story. Good story.
Anything that starts with wow.
Yeah. Ethan is a huge fan of old movies, and he put together a project that brought in some guys like Point Break and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Well, I did a movie called Vision Quest.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, with Matthew Modine and
Matthew
Forrest
Modine,
Whitaker.
yes, I saw.
Yeah, and I
And what was
played
the song
Otto.
in that?
Oh man, there was a
You wanna
bunch.
si-
But
was it-
Lunatic
was it-
French was one. You know.
Yeah.
You remember that? How did that the opening of Lunatic French?
Don't make me sing it.
You know,
Yeah, it's in your show.
It was real bizarre. Your show,
Yes, I
yeah.
love
But
that.
Madonna was in
Right,
it at the
Madonna,
time too.
that-
This was
yes.
82,
Her
3.
heyday.
Right.
Yeah. And, you know, it was one of my first SAG gigs, and I had first time I was second SAG gig. My first one, Stephen J. Cannell actually said, "Are you SAG?" And I said, "No, sir." And he goes, "You are now." And he put me on a show called The Rousters, and I played a high school bully, and I fought Chad Everett. So then I went up to
people decide that
Spokane,
you're
Washington,
SAG
and
now.
anyways, long story short, Ethan was going through and he spotted me somewhere and talked to me, came up and said, "Hey, you want to do a little project together?" And so a whole bunch of guys from old movies kind of jumped in and we did a little film. So,
And what was like making Vision Quest?
yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
I was a rookie.
That was your first
brand
big
new
movie?
second SAG
Second-
project.
But your
I
first
was-
movie,
I was
right?
23 years old and,
Wow.
and I was actually playing a high school kid.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And so I went to Spokane, Washington, and Matthew Modine came up to me and he just goes, they were going to try, because agencies will have the lead and they'll say, well, this character's going to be also one of our guys.
Right.
And then he
They
saw my
package
audition piece
Yep,
and
yep.
and so I kind of beat the package packaging system, and then actually got to know Forrest Whitaker real well and drove home with him. He actually had done Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and so he bought a red Mustang while we were in Spokane, and he goes, hey, you want to just drive it home instead of fly home? And so we drove home, and it'd be funny because he at a gas station wiping it down, you know, and people would stop going, that's the guy from Fast Times at Ridgemont.
Driving the red
Mustang. Yeah. I actually got a ticket in it because the dashboard didn't work, and they pulled us over, and they're like going.
Did they look at you and go?
Yeah, but
they still gave you a ticket.
Yeah,
they just wanted your autograph.
Yeah.
They just wanted your
no,
autograph.
I was nothing. No, I mean still. But anyway, it's always been like an honor to pop in and help Ethan with these projects because I basically for the last 30 years have just doing stunts and bad guy stuff and just fights and falls.
And it's amazing because you're such a good guy. Such a good guy to be doing bad guys.
What's the craziest stunt you've ever done?
Wow, yeah, you know what? I did a Lois and Clark one time where I was on a and I'm not a motorcycle guy, but I have a license and I ride. But they ratcheted me off of a motorcycle playing chicken with Superman, and he supposedly grabs me, and so they had a 60-foot crane, and it was like Wile E. Coyote, where you know how they draw the X's, and they go, when you get to this X, it's going to jerk you straight up in the air, and you're going to fly 30 feet backwards, and the bike's going to continue on. And they had some guys dressed like bums that were going to knock the bike down and stuff over at Warner Brothers, and so we didn't know what it was going to do. It could have just rocked me off the bike, hit the ground, and then take off if everybody doesn't time it right. And so we did a couple where I just ran, and then all of a sudden you just put a mouthpiece in, and you're on the motorcycle, and they're going camera 1, camera 2, and action, and you're going, ah, and all of a sudden you go, ah, and it's like an e-ticket, right? Everything went smooth.
And do you get scared doing these?
You know what? It's such a strange
The
thing. It's
adrenaline?
once you get to the adrenaline kind of takes over, and there's times right beforehand you go, gosh, what am I doing? And all of a sudden you kind of go, and you just got to trust, you know, and pray
What
about
does your
it.
wife think?
My wife, you know, I've been tore up through the years, and she's gotten used to it. I
When
had
she
a
says
compound
goodbye to
break
you
in
in
my
the
ankle.
morning.
Yeah, had my bicep torn off. You know, I'll
Oh,
show
he's
you.
gonna show us.
Little scar.
Not torn off.
Yeah, it rolled up into here.
Okay.
So
I
they
can't
reattached
look at
it.
this.
The scar we're seeing is epic. It's epic.
Yeah.
All right, come on.
You're way
still
more of a
So,
man than I, my buddy.
Yeah, you know, so through the years, it's like, you know, one time around, I was in the hospital. I had done a show called Battle Dome, and I had a compound break. And so I'm in there, and my foot's sideways. And I was in the hospital trying to hold it together. My wife shows up, and she goes, we're going to lose everything. And I'm looking at her going, wow, I need that right now. But she's been great as far as, you know, putting up with
I
times.
think that just being married is the challenge in itself. You're a stuntman, bro.
The put up with just also
You're a
his
stuntman
career
of
always
all
goes like
stuntmen
this
to be
too.
married.
But you probably wouldn't want to come to set too much, right? If she saw you do
No,
it.
and stuff like that when it's, you know, time. But she's seen me coming where I fight and stuff like that. But yeah, and I'm getting older now, so I'm doing more gentler. So trying to do more gentler.
Gentler stuff.
Say,
You
you know,
wanna
be
be a
more like
gentle
him, say a few
stunt.
more words and act a bit, you know.
When you see him, you think gentle, right?
Yeah, really
You think kitten, you think...
Yeah. But recently I've been doing a Howie Mandel show called Deal With It.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and so it's a hidden
Is
camera
that done
show. It's
here?
done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been having a ball.
That must be
We've been
that
having
must be a
fun
blast.
time.
Yeah.
He, you know, he's a
Howie's
neat
platform
guy,
is
too.
it seems like a
You-
very
And
you know
do
what?
pranks?
energetic,
Super nice
entertaining.
guy,
Yeah, I
And
agree.
what does that show? You
Yeah.
do pranks on people?
Yeah, a friend will show
Like what
up at
kind
a
of-
restaurant and say, hey, listen, if you come to the restaurant with me, I get to do a survey and we get a free meal. So the friend's just there, and then they'll walk in and Howie will go, put the earpiece in. If you go all the way through, you make this certain amount of money.
Yes.
And so at first, this person has to stand up at the restaurant and go, da-da-da, embarrassed. And the friend goes, what are you doing? And then it goes to the
I've
next
seen a
piece,
few episodes.
and then the
It's
next
good.
piece, and then
Yes.
the next piece. And so,
What do you do on
You
the
know
show?
what? I'm one of the guys. I played a veteran one time where a guy had to come up to me and go, thank you for serving, sir. And I'm like looking at him. You know, I do the slow burn of getting angry. Another guy had to go over and put a fire extinguisher on my food. And the guy did it, and he wasn't sure if I was going to kill him or not, and stuff like that.
Of course, because you look like you
Yeah,
were.
right,
Because
yeah.
you're nice.
Yeah.
you're nice.
So
You're a
usually,
nice
if I'm
guy.
on the show, it's usually one of those, just looking at him and trying to make him feel nervous, you know.
I'm nervous right
And
now.
Howie-
Did you see that look?
I know.
Howie's
I
nervous.
have to go sit in the sleigh. for a while.
I need Santa to help me right now.
But you know what's so wild about those shows is you don't want to be recognized because once they start, they do a bunch
right,
of
they
scare
know it,
tactics.
then it's screwed.
Scare tactics, and so I always say, can I wear a hat in this scene? I'll wear sunglasses, I'll wear this. And so you try and kind of camouflage your look, because people will be looking at you kind of going,
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
You know
they
that
you, what they say.
and then-
Did they
This-
go to
If
high
as soon
school
as they go, you're the
Somehow,
guy.
yeah.
You're like, and then they go, well, hey, I'm done. This is what's happened. The guys there to clean up up these apartments, and when they get in this room, they're with another actor who's acting like they've been hired to do this cleaning the apartment. They flip the lights off, and it has "I'm not my brother's keeper" in black light 1,000 times, and they start talking, going, "Wow, who lived here?" And it starts to build up, and all of a sudden the actor spots a little hole in the wall, and they look, and there's a maggot with a body in it, and the guy turns to leave, and I'm standing with a duffel bag, going, "What are you doing in my room?" And the kid's just like, now he has to talk himself out of it. And so then when you feel that, you know, and I'm looking at him, just letting him talk. Because another thing is, as an actor, you don't want to be doing monologues. People don't want to see you. They want to see you talk. So you sit there and you go, "What are you doing in my room?" And the guy would be like, going,
the silence.
"You treat your brother, you know, you have a brother?" And he goes, this guy was like a skater. He's like, "Yeah, man, but I don't treat him like this, man." You know.
So do they train you to ask questions?
Yep, and you have a little earpiece, and every once in a while they'll go, "Hey, you know, get back off a little bit, or watch yourself," and stuff. So.
Oh, and look who's next is Mr. Ian Buchanan.
Am I going to be like choked out and drug out of the scene?
We're going to get
I'm gonna send Bumblebee after you.
Yeah. You got a guy here right now.
But man, it was fun being here.
Thank you for coming by.
Yeah, no,
nice
it's
to
so
meet
much
you.
fun.
Yeah.
And hey, thanks for
Thank
having me.
you
Like
for
I say,
supporting.
I always feel honored just being a piece of this. You know, because like I said, I'm just banged up stunt guy who's just, you know, just having fun.
You're a banged up, nice guy.
Yeah, thank you for coming out.
Merry Christmas.
Yes,
Merry Christmas.
nice.
Happy holidays. All right, you guys.
Don't forget your dress-up jacket.
Have fun.
Thank you.
And
Don't blow it.
To the
No.
platform,
I
we're
got
going to be
gold for
bringing
you.
one of combat's most
Hello, sir.
most delighted.
Happy holidays.
Mr.
Happy
Ian
holidays.
Buchanan.
Sir
Thank
Ian
you.
Buchanan.
Sir.
Are you a sir
Correct.
yet?
No,
Why
I'm
is it
not.
taking so long?
Well,
No.
I always say yes, sir, to you.
Yes.
I always say yes, sir.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
That's good,
And
as you
it's good to-
should.
And it's good to be around you, sir. Again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Nice
you
to
for
be out
doing
here.
the
And
Christmas album. Can you
yes.
discuss what
The
your
Christmas
what your
album?
piece is on that?
my piece was the night before Christmas.
Yes.
When
A
all
classic.
through the
Yes.
house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
No, this is your first time.
Uh,
Not the last.
No, I'm
it
not
was
doing it.
beautifully done.
I'm doing it 3 times tonight at different parties.
No, and he does it on
going-
combat. He
yeah.
does it on combat regularly.
Yeah, I do.
I always
I-
enjoy
I-
that
I
episode
do.
of combat
Or
when
Street
you
Corner,
break
if
open
you
the
want.
book.
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. It's good.
And it's good to see you here again this year. Another veteran of your Christmas
Okay,
classic.
it's my first time.
No,
It
I
takes-
just want you to know
The
who you're dealing with.
reason I am
just want you
here
to
is
know.
because of this man.
Yes,
So
exactly.
thank you so much for introducing me to Ethan and Combat Radio.
Thank you for
and-
taking him on. I get left alone now.
you know when
Off
Ethan
the hook,
calls.
'cause now it's
he's
my
off the hook.
responsibility.
You know when Ethan
Yeah.
calls.
Did you see Carolyn Hensley? She
Yes, she was up in-
watching?
We're
Spot.
sitting out. Her bag is still here.
Yeah,
We're-
so
we're-
Let's go through it. Let's go through her bag.
Her
should we?
Balenciaga.
Fill it with cookies.
She would love that.
I know.
actually. Believe me, she already took a handful.
I know.
So-
She has another handful inside.
So you did not want to sing on the album, huh?
They didn't ask me
They
to.
didn't. Have
No.
you ever?
Yes.
You're a singer?
Yes.
Really?
I
You're
can
a
sing.
singer? I did
I
not
can
know that.
sing. Yes.
What
He's a
song would you
triple
have?
threat.
What song would you have sung?
I caught Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Classic.
The naughty one, of course.
naughty
yeah.
Or
You couldn't pick a nice, clean
or
one?
Grandma got run over by a
Yeah,
ranger.
of course. I'm not,
A second
I'm not
runner-up to a classic.
surprised, Yes.
Yeah. Or what else would I sing? I don't know. I like Christmas songs. But
And what was Christmas like for you growing up?
oh, it was so brutal, and we had
Brutal?
nothing. We had
Nothing?
nothing.
And where
We
was
had-
this?
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes the nothing Christmases amount to. You look back now, you realize that the value. Of what
No,
you
I
had.
disagree. No,
Disagree?
no.
You like
no,
having
I like
everything?
everything.
I love it.
I like having
An
it
honest
all.
man. All right.
No, I like
What do
having
you
it
mean
all.
it was nothing? It was.
That was just very simple. It wasn't actually, when I was a kid in Scotland, it wasn't actually a holiday. My father went to work on Christmas. But we'd get like one little thing, and I mean, which was nice, but
Yeah.
not like.
But not like now in the tree.
Not like.
Not like.
Did I see it
ooh,
was your first tree? Did I see that on Facebook?
that was my first tree this
I
year.
don't,
Oh,
this year.
Yeah, I always do that.
I
I always
thought it was
like.
your very first
no,
tree
I do
ever.
like a.
I can't. I couldn't
I
believe
do
that.
like a tour of different trees.
Are you
Two or
are you in
three.
town this Christmas?
No, I will be. I will go back to Scotland for yet another miserable Christmas.
Well, then I see you are a glutton for punishment. There is
Of
something
course.
special about
No,
it.
no. I'll be in London until Christmas Eve, and then Scotland for Christmas,
And then New
Scotland for
Year's?
New Year, and then
All
back to
right.
London.
A
yeah.
man of the world.
Do you know all of these characters?
Were they in
Um,
Scotland
Normers?
each year? Were they in Scotland with you each year, growing up as a wee lad?
Yeah, no, I met them all last year.
It's the same character. There's Miss Carolyn Hennessy coming
There
back.
Oh,
she
good,
is.
she's coming
Come on,
back.
bring it. Yep, we're gonna do the bump.
Yes. Do you want to?
Come in.
Oh, good.
There you go.
I filled your bag already.
There you go. Sit.
You sit. We'll
Sit.
share.
Share it.
We'll share.
Love this.
Oh, look,
Love
okay.
This. I'm snug
This
and
is. We were
cozy.
going to
Hi.
put these in your purse. And I said you would not have minded that. No.
Well, there won't be anything left to put in my purse.
There you
Oh,
go.
she is actually going to partake.
You're
Everyone
going to
else
eat
is
all of
Now, do you
those?
two ever do scenes together on General Hospital?
We've never had the pleasure.
How's everyone
How
doing
is
up
that
here?
possible?
We're good. We may have
Fantastic.
passed, Didn't we
It's
pass
so
or
good.
something? Did we pass
Did
in
we
the...
pass once?
I think we passed in the police
This is the
station.
conversation. I think I should have came in at the beginning.
We
No, General Hospital. They've never done a scene
We've never,
together.
we've never done a scene
Just
together,
never.
but I have done.
Let's all do the rest of this interview with like General Hospital, like cut.
Oh, you
cut
have to
looks,
like. Yeah, how do you do that? That look of.
yeah, that, like.
Right
he's
before-
got it.
I don't. I actually
that
don't
doesn't
have
look
it.
up
somewhere.
It's like, who does it the best in the business? It's the guy on Days of Our Lives, John.
John Anderson.
No.
Oh, no, Drake.
Drake
Augustin.
Drake Augustin. I think that's the
And
kind
they
of.
teach you to do that, and then you know the camera's coming in. And
Well,
then
they
you
say,
know that
That was it, right then.
You did.
Yeah.
That was it.
You worked it.
Hey,
You're here for now.
the pleasure
You're
of
here now.
directing both of these brilliant actors in separate plays.
Separate plays.
In separate
They're
plays.
both brilliant and hysterical, and
Are you-
it's a joy.
You're saying it to me.
I'm saying it to you.
To
I'm
me,
explaining-
but if you.
I think we might be about to be
But if
arrested.
you
I think we're
say
being
it
arrested.
to the world, what?
What?
Clones.
Are you part of the Are you part of the Rebel Alliance and a
Uh-oh.
traitor?
You're
Take him
okay.
away.
Oh,
Take him. Take
oh,
him. Whatever he
Bye,
did.
guys. I'll see you. I'll see
whatever
you. Thank
think
you.
He did, he did.
Be nice to Santa.
Okay, bye bye. Bye bye. Then you want to hear. Shall I scoot over?
I'm glad. Sure, we can. And then we'll all hop
Wow.
There we go.
Beat him mercilessly.
in. Glad we got rid of that trouble.
No one leaves
Ho!
in peace.
Oh!
I knew we weren't out of the woods yet.
This is my broadcast now.
It always was.
Yes.
We were just keeping it warm for you,
Yeah,
Lord
where
Vader.
would you like to sit?
Okay,
And what do you want to do?
How about if we could welcome Lord Vader to the microphone?
Here, why
Lord
don't
Vader,
you-
the center seat
Please,
is always
please.
yours.
I'd say have a cookie, but I don't know where I'd put it. That sounded wrong. That sounded terribly wrong.
I'm taking over this broadcast for the Empire.
Oh,
This is
please,
now
Lord
the
Vader.
Empire
Please,
Christmas.
yes. Thank you. Please,
have
Lord
to
Vader,
bow.
have a
Yes,
seat.
yes.
The Force is making me eat this fudge.
Can you sit down in that?
have to. He's Lord Vader.
In other news,
Yeah.
I blew up the Death Star. I blew up Alderaan
Sit.
today.
Sitting.
We blew up Alderaan.
Loop around.
Destruction. Everything.
Lord Vader, but even on Christmas, I know technically it isn't Christmas
We
yet.
did that last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The Empire Christmas is earlier. I
Sound
guess.
like you have a
than the-
tickle in your throat.
Right. It's never Christmas on Tatooine. It's too hot and dry.
Actually, it's never Christmas on Alderaan. Oh, that was blown up.
Oh,
Sorry, I
snap.
shouldn't have gone there.
Sorry for all those Alderanians. You're all gone.
We're so sorry.
Do you need a Ricola? You sound like you have something stuck in your throat.
Yeah, it's called volcanic ash.
Oh,
okay. I see that. Right. I know. I see the
Yeah,
point.
and the hat. Who is that? Who are you wearing?
It's Imperial Prada.
Imperial Prada.
Imperial Prada. It's.
Does the devil wear Imperial Prada?
Newest fashion. I have to look my best for the kids. You know?
Right. Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
very
I mean,
nice.
even Lord Vader has to dress it up every now. I mean, he always dresses it up. You know, he started that whole cape thing.
Indeed.
And how do
I
you?
brought it back. I made it look chic.
Right. Exactly.
How do you get to the airport with this?
I use the Force.
That's the answer for everything. I understand that.
So, Lord Vader.
Yes.
After Luke and Leia, did you ever think about having any more kids? I mean, did you ever think about maybe, I don't know, remarrying, having some more kids?
Adopting.
You know, we don't want to talk about the kids. They don't call Dad on Father's Day.
Carol, it's okay. Let her go. She's. Just let her go. It's. Okay.
Don't
You all right?
bring it up.
See, it was sort of the crushing thing.
It's a touchy subject, the kids.
I that's why I didn't bring it up. I told her not to talk about
You're a
the.
smart man.
You know, I do my best.
You need to show this one.
I think it's a perfectly valid question.
It's a perfectly valid question if you want to get force choked.
I got force choked.
That is correct.
Just lightly.
And what will you be doing this Christmas?
Let's see. Destroying a planet.
Okay, that was on my list. Yes.
Not giving things to the stormtroopers.
Right. Well, you got to keep them hungry.
They work for free.
Okay.
And by free, I mean they're free of being choked.
Free of being
What,
yes.
what does
yes.
Lord Vader eat, for instance, like as a holiday meal?
I mean, who?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. I can see that.
Chick-fil-A sauce, it's excellent. My favorite.
And those waffle fries,
Yes, and large lemonade.
Right, and a large
Where
lemonade.
How do you use a straw with that?
Yes.
Okay.
It goes here.
Somewhere in there. Okay. That.
I'm a shake man myself, but the Chick-fil-A has the good shakes. But I could do a lemonade.
Okay, good.
I think we should get you a lemonade.
You should join me.
We'll
do a lemonade.
That's excellent.
Yes.
I hear if I join you, we get free lemonade.
We get
That's
free everything. That's right.
Thank you for coming by the show,
Yes,
Lord Vader.
Thank you.
And by that I mean your show.
Yes.
Big hand for Lord Vader.
Don't forget it.
Whether you
Never,
want to or
never.
not. Big hand for Lord Vader. Oh.
Excellent. Thank you for joining.
It's safe.
Thank you, Lord
It's
Vader.
when his hand's in your hand, it's safe. When it's pointed at your throat, that's when it's a little less. A little less. Right. point that
We've all been
somewhere else.
forcified.
Wow.
We have been
Wow,
forcified.
We just got visited by the Empire. That
and
was
I got,
survived.
I got Vader choked.
You did.
I got Vader choked.
It's kind of a badge of
Now,
honor.
you look very
I know, you're
fabulous.
Who styled you
a little
to?
slightly Dickensian.
Yeah, maybe slightly Dickensian. What do you say? Yes, maybe a little. Oh, thank you,
Scrooge,
thank
yeah.
you.
Nice, nicely done.
Yeah, no, this is just the way
Did
I
you just
dress.
pick that out
You know,
yourself?
yeah, a couple of people have said, "So who are you dressed as?"
Yeah,
And I'm like, "Who do you think I'm dressed as?" That guy. Yeah.
Love it.
So they go to conartistsmovie.com.
I love it.
Yeah. And it's we're also promoting the film that we did, the mockumentary Con Artists, about voice actors doing the con circuit, doing the convention circuit. And
Oh wow!
yeah,
I think we have a friend,
I'm
Dan Gilvezan.
No,
Do you know
I don't
Dan,
know.
Dan
I don't know
Gilvezan?
Dan.
He's B. I think he's the B. He's a B in Transformers. I'm not sure. I'm not
Bumblebee,
sure.
yeah,
You know what?
entirely
Don't
possible.
hold me to nothing.
Hey.
But yeah, Dan Gilvezan. So con artists.
So con artists, yeah, and it's
That's great.
we'd always thought it was such
Oh,
a
God.
weird and crazy world. I mean, you know the conventions.
Wow.
Oh, I'm being arrested.
People come and go so quickly.
People come and go so quickly here.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
okay. Yuri Lowenthal, look him up, and Google him and get online today. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Did you bring me that?
You know,
as
I
a gift?
actually brought you some cookies.
I was hoping you'd give me that as a gift.
Yeah, someone just gave that to me today.
Did someone
actually.
just give that to you?
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. How are you
Things are
doing?
finally going my way. Hi, Carol and Eric. A
We
pleasure.
met before
We have
on the
met.
show. Yes,
Yeah, it's good to see you. How are
nice
you?
to see you. Are you having a cookie or?
You were brought here by the Imperial Stormtroopers.
You know, do not let my birth onto the show have any indication of what kind of person I am.
I don't know. Should we be all very
You should
afraid?
be worried, yes.
When I do some little,
Tell us things about yourself, Eric.
I'm not a stormtrooper, as it turns
no.
out.
Everyone is so wonderful up here. There is so much wonderfulness on this stage, it's hard to even comprehend. Eric Mark is on stage. He can fill in
But
for me
he's
as
a
a
funny
host
guy.
because
He's
he
a
is
very
part of
funny
He's
guy.
one of the funniest
Doing what I
guys.
can
Really
do, yeah.
funny.
Hey, real quick,
Yes.
nobody move. I want to bring up a friend of mine who's on our Christmas album, Dale Smollett from Soul Scratch, who volunteered a song
Wow.
to help
that
the album social
song
service.
is
Dale, come on up and
beautiful.
say a few words about you. Don't move, don't move.
How's it going? Merry Christmas, everybody out
Hi.
there at Combat Radio Land. It's good to be here.
Hey,
How are
Dale.
you guys
Talk
today?
about the song that you recorded.
Well, we were asked by Ethan to do a song for the Christmas album. We were very humbled by that, and we decided to write an original. So,
Which is called?
It's called All I Want for Christmas,
Yep.
which I think there's about 30 or 40 Christmas songs called
Not
that.
like
You know
yours.
what?
Yours is
Not
No,
like
special.
yours, I
Not
have
like
to
yours.
say,
Ours is a good
I
one.
have
It's really
listened
good.
to it
It's wonderful.
over
And
and
over
over
and over
again.
again.
It is really such a
Thank you
cool
very
Nicely
much.
done.
Thank
Well, it was late Christmas Eve, and I just couldn't sleep. It's not the same all alone. I'm thinking of you back at home. And then I heard someone say, "Hey, boy, just through the cold, frosty night. Follow the star in the sky and the snow all around. Listen for the sound of bells in the air. Yeah, it's Christmas everywhere. Come on, rock, Santa, rock. Yeah, roll, Santa, roll. Well, giddy up, Rudolph. Don't be slow. You gotta rock, Santa, rock. Yeah, roll, Santa, roll. I'm coming home for Christmas, so let's go, man, go. Yeah. Leave a present by the tree, put some cookies out for me. We take a drink by the fire. Baby, close your eyes. This is a land of dreams and wishes. Hey, Santa, thanks a million. Well, rock, Santa, rock. Yeah, roll, Santa, roll. Giddy up, Rudolph. Don't be slow. You gotta rock, Santa, rock. I said, roll, Santa, roll. I'm coming home for Christmas, so let's go, man, go. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, I'm Stan Zimmerman. I'd like to welcome
Hi, I'm Steve Bloom.
And hi, I'm Eric Mark.
And welcome to Combat Radio. We're out here with a really good cause. Thank you for helping us with this.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
I didn't invite you
I know
at
you
all.
didn't.
I would
but
never.
but have
I
to
would
say that
never have
because we're on
invited
TV.
you. But
I know. I know.
On the other hand, you did not.
supposedly did.
You didn't uninvite him. So
Okay, I
it's almost
paid
the same.
Ethan
You
to
were
be on the
driving
show.
by
That's the jam.
Valencia. You
I was.
saw a lot happening by the Salt Creek Grill.
And I smelled cookies.
Well,
and
we do have lovely cookies.
I like
here.
only partially used too.
Okay, so where'd you get this wonderful hat?
I stole it from an elf.
there you
I stole
go.
his ears as well. Yes,
That's
just to get
good.
into
really,
the Christmas
really
spirit.
teach
Yeah.
that to kids
Yeah,
to steal.
yeah, kids steal body parts for Christmas.
There
That's
you
the new
go.
thing.
There you go.
That is the new thing.
Now, how did you meet Ethan?
Ethan invited me onto Combat Radio a few years ago.
I need my phone in Imperial Stormtrooper jail.
You only get one call. It's a rebel rule.
So you met Ethan.
So I met Ethan on Combat Radio.
Okay.
Through some mutual friends, and I've been coming back to Combat Radio for a few years now. This is my second one of these, and he does great things in the world, so I'm just proud and happy to be part of it all.
To support him, right.
Yeah.
And what are you doing in your world today, in your life?
In my life, well,
what's going
I'm on Star Wars Rebels, the new
Cool.
show on Disney XD. I play Zeb Aurelios. I'm a good guy. For a change, I usually play bad guys.
Yeah, why is that, do you think?
Typecasting.
Really?
Yeah, just because I'm an evil person
No,
inherently.
I
My
happen
cold
to
black
think
heart.
that I think the nicest people get cast in those.
Yeah.
roles,
And I mean,
you
with the
know?
elf hat, it just sort of makes you look a bit nefarious.
Yeah,
but I think
yes.
really,
You can't look that bad with
Yeah.
that hat on.
Yeah.
I'm
I know.
telling you.
It makes everybody look good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Not me though. It would not make me look.
Well,
good.
I don't know.
It would not make me put it on. Because you are a little green. We all went through our closet looking for the green, except for you.
Well, yeah.
You couldn't be any.
So we got to pinch him then, right?
Yeah.
It's just a little dark. It's
Yeah,
dark,
yeah.
dark green.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
It's so
to match your
dark,
dark,
it's
cold
black.
heart. Yes.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
so you're doing that now.
So Star Wars Rebels, yeah, and I just my movie The Box Trolls came out. Well, it's not my movie, but I play
Just say
a
it's
couple.
yours.
I'm
They'll-
going to.
they'll
I,
believe you.
I take ownership of it.
Okay,
I play
That's a great
Shu and
film,
Sparky.
yeah.
Yes, Shu and Sparky in The Box Trolls.
Nice, I really
on
love
the poster. It's
Nice.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that
Well, my
film.
characters are. I voiced them. So.
No, I see the resemblance.
Yes, I know.
And how do you get a job like that?
A lot of begging.
Okay.
Lots and lots of begging, groveling, bribes.
But
No,
you have to go in an audition?
I auditioned for that. I actually
or
have
do
a-
you like make some kind of recording and it goes in, or do you have to physically walk in?
Both. For that one, I have a home studio, and I do most of my auditions from home, send them through my agency, and they go out in the world with all the other auditions. And then with the callback, I was brought into the studio with the director and producer, and with D. Bradley Baker, who had sort of set the bar for these voices in this show. We sort of created our own language, and then once I was hired, we developed how they would speak to each other.
And those were
between us, so.
interesting roles because a lot of vocalizations as opposed to real dialogue.
Most of it was.
Yeah.
And then we would put in a few little words here and there.
Do that one again. I want to hear that.
Now, did you come up with these by yourself, or that was like collaborative process?
Well, D. Bradley Baker, who's one of the greatest voice actors in the world, was brought in a few months before I went in, and D sort of set the bar for what they were looking for, and then I came in and we sort of put together a language between us. And so we came up with a few little phrases that we could sort of understand each other. And then one of the main characters, Eggs, we would say his name out loud. So Eggs, that sort of thing. So it was more about intent than words.
And as a child, would you just do funny voices? I mean, how do you get into something like this?
Oh yeah, I've been doing it since I was a little kid. And
then did someone just say?
And then someone, years and years ago, I was cast for a Japanimation program.
I've never heard that phrase.
Well,
before.
Japanese animation. Now they call it anime.
Right.
Yeah,
Back in the day was.
Back in the day, they called it Japanimation, and
yeah, it was a little long and hard to say.
It is.
That's like I call myself a Canadian.
Yeah.
So it's just
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same
very
thing.
similar.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and so I was working at a film studio as a driver in a mailroom, and I had the deepest voice in the mailroom, and they were casting for a creature. And they said, "Can you do a creature voice?" And I went,
and really, you just had something stuck in your throat, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much. I was just hoiking up
That's
something.
how you get ahead in this town.
Yeah,
There you go. And Merry Christmas to all.
Thank you.
And
And to all a good night. Oh wait, it's not over yet.
No, we have many more days of it.
And tell us about you. What else? What do you do in the world? Or
You know,
have we covered this before I got here.
We've done a little. We've covered. You know, yeah. Over and over again. Actually, the Hong Kong movie I was mentioning before, Ian was in that film. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know if you recall it. Yeah.
So how did you like working with him?
It was good, actually. It's funny. We shot most of this movie in Hong Kong in March-April timeframe, but then we shot some pickups with Ian in on the West Side. Actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Consummate professional.
He is.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed working with him.
Yeah.
'Cause you never know when you bring someone onto a project. You know, because he has such a very tough persona.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could be like super scared of him.
Yeah.
But such a gentleman.
Absolutely.
And so great. And, you know, when you do theater in LA, it's really just, you're throwing it together and it's, you know, spit and glue. And he just jumped in. It was an amazing experience.
Oh, it's so nice to hear in this town.
I know.
Because it can go the other way so
believe
easily.
me, I've worked on a couple TV shows. You can IMDb and figure out which ones are not the best experiences, but I think you can learn from all of them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's always nice when you meet like the good people in this town.
Ian's a genuinely gracious
Yes,
gentleman. So absolutely, yeah.
And you should listen to him doing, you know, his reading on.
Oh, it's amazing on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah, it's
the night before Christmas. Yeah.
I mean, come on, that voice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you were there when he recorded it?
No, I was not.
I was
Did
in
not
the,
ask me to help on that.
I was
happened to be in the. Well, I was in the just in the broadcast booth, you know, and it was actually.
How many takes?
2.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we could have gone with the first, to be honest.
Right.
But
You just wanted a backup of safety, as they say.
Yes.
Is that what they call it?
I think so. Yeah.
Your
parents didn't believe that this would work out for you either?
No, actually, I was very lucky that my mother was so supportive of me going into the arts, which is very, very rare, you know, to have them like, actually, no, do theater, do, you know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so from age 7, I was pursuing it, you know, just in Detroit area, but studying it.
That's fantastic.
And, you know, letting me go to, you know, NYU and keeping that dream alive.
Wow.
And then the move to LA was pretty exciting, and you know, so we get to have sunshine here at Christmas, which always the first year, you don't understand that.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, absolutely.
Because to us,
it's
Christmas,
still
from seasons.
Christmas and snow were synonymous.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that first year here, you're like, what do you mean? It's 80 degrees, and then you're calling everyone back east, you know, I'm at the beach at Christmas time. So isn't it just?
Oh yeah,
crazy?
well, even I mean, this year seeing those pictures coming in from Buffalo and stuff,
Oh
you
my
know, which is
God.
awful, but it's staggering that they've got 6 feet of snow. We've got this
1 inch of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And
just
we're
back
waiting.
there last week. It
Oh,
was,
yeah?
It was like 20 degrees, and I saw snow, I think, for the first time in 5 years. So I kind of try to avoid, you know, going back there that time of year. He doesn't know what we're talking about.
I don't even know what snow is. except for the Hollywood version. So.
It melts.
that kind of kept me in jail for 6 years. Oh wait, this is a
All
kid show.
right.
Sorry,
No, that's a
sorry.
kid show. I don't know.
That's,
This
is
is
for adults. We can say naughty things on here,
We can
right?
say awful things, and
we
he
can
just
say naughty things.
Yeah,
on
and he
here.
just like goes, yeah, the more naughty the
Poo
better.
poo caca doo doo. Yes.
Yeah, that's real naughty.
So were your parents supportive of you in the arts?
More so than it's funny. My father was in banking, but he was a movie and TV actor on the side. Being a Toronto guy, so he took off a surprising amount of time from work.
I'm scared. I feel like there's someone coming to get us.
Uh-oh.
You've been identified as a rebel spy.
Whoa.
You're coming with us.
Hey, what? I was in the middle of saying something.
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Not
He's
a
taking all
gong
of his
show.
electronics. Well, we're going to take a
Sorry.
break right now and be right back. Thanks.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Not really.
Let this be a time for peace, a time for hope, a time for dreams, a time to be free at Christmas. Let this be a time to heal all our thoughts, all God's feet. Go with you this Christmas, even though we're far away, sometimes worlds apart. The way ahead is calling out. Think of me as I think of you. All around the world it's Christmas time. Let every single heart find peace tonight, as people live in harmony and rhyme. All around the world it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Let this be a time for trust, for letting go, for giving up, in time for the spirit of Christmas. Let this be a time for love. Surrender now, lay down your guns. In time for a peacetime Christmas. A time to leave the tears behind. What is done is done. The way ahead is calling out. Listen to the voice of the future. All around the world it's Christmas time. Let every single heart find peace tonight, as people live in harmony and rhyme. All around the world it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Oh, oh, oh. Let the bells ring out for Christmas. Oh, 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 we wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh, 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 let the bells ring out for Christmas. Oh, 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 we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hello, welcome back. The 4th annual Combat Radio Christmas event for homeless kids. I'm up here with some epic talent, including one of my favorites, Carolyn Hennessy, from everything from Cougar Town to True Blood. You didn't get a date out of this yet, huh?
No, not yet.
No,
Still looking.
Those stormtroopers, though, were hot on
Santa.
you. Those stormtroopers,
Where's
yes.
my present?
Well, jeez, it's not that kind of show. Also joining us are two supporters of the event, Steve Bloom, who was here last year, and Mary McGlynn, who's been gracious enough to get involved and actually financially supported the event. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. What an amazing event today was.
No, you guys are heroes. And I got one guy that you guys are going to have a conversation with. Santa Claus, ladies and gentlemen.
I
know him.
Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, it's
Very,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Oh my goodness, cookies! Oh, cookies!
Now, wait a minute. If you want cookies, we get presents. And I've got something tall, about 6 feet, about maybe 185 pounds.
Is it too far over?
We'll talk bank account in a minute. But now, if you bring me that, you can have a cookie.
Oh, ho, ho, those
Well, I never say no to it.
You know, I got to tell you though, Santa doesn't do spouses, boyfriends, or that kind of thing because he has poor taste.
Oh no.
You got to get on this mic, Santa. Come on. What would Jim Morrison do with this thing?
Whoa! What would Jim Morrison do with what thing? And he hands me a mic. Oh my goodness.
Santa,
Yes.
let's talk ratio. Good to bad, girls and boys this year. What do you think?
They're all good.
They're all good.
They're all good.
In their own special way?
In their own special way. And you know what? The funny thing of it is, Santa and an event like this brings out the best of all of them.
Of course. Of course.
Santa, if you had one wish this year, what would it be?
You know, I wish that I could do this again for another 100 years.
I have a feeling that wish is going to come true.
Yeah.
That's
well,
what I
I
think.
certainly hope so. I hope that St. Nicholas never goes away.
He never will. I don't
That's-
think he ever will.
I can
no,
count on that.
It's too important. It's too important to everybody worldwide.
Absolutely.
Because it's not really just St. Nick. It's everything he does and is and represents.
Well, and you know, too, there's another meaning behind it. And like I told a friend of mine who's a pastor one time, if it wasn't for the baby Jesus, I wouldn't have a job.
That's right. That's right. You'd be up in the North Pole chopping logs and trying to stay warm, and with a very angry wife.
Oh, my goodness. Just being around her makes
Oh,
me
okay.
angry. You know, what can I say? She has to ride her on the elves.
You wouldn't like Santa when he's angry.
We don't want to see Santa when he's angry. Does Santa ever get angry? I don't think he does.
Rarely.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
You know, I find that
Yeah.
find that love is a very special way to get much more accomplished.
Absolutely. More elves to work with honey than vinegar. That's it.
Yes.
That's right.
The Beatles
3
had
cheers
it
for
right.
Santa. That's right.
Yep. All
Well,
you need is love.
Who are
Thank you very,
so,
very
so
much.
you're headed back up to the North Pole, and you're getting ready because you've got a big night coming in just a few weeks.
I have some more parties and stuff that I have to go to.
Santa's
Yeah,
social Santa.
And then, you know what? I got to tell you, if it wasn't for Mrs. Claus riding herd on the elves at the home front, I'd be in big trouble because I have a lot of boys and girls I have to see.
Now,
That's
do you have
absolutely true.
problems with the elves wanting to be dentists and therefore leaving your workforce a little bit sparse this time of year?
No, they always kind of
one.
believe it or not, it's a team.
It's a team effort.
It's a team effort, and they work at
It's a
it.
team effort.
Yes.
Hey, you know what I saw for the first time the other day?
What?
A reindeer.
Really?
Yeah, an actual reindeer.
Wow.
Did he get loose again?
Yes, he did.
Oh.
Yes, he did. It was Blitzen, and Blitzen was at the LA Zoo.
Oh.
Yeah, he made a little pit stop, but he's headed back up north.
Maybe he's
Okay.
recruiting
He better
some new
get
ones.
back up there.
Yes,
I mean-
exactly.
In case Donner needs a night off.
Donner,
Yeah, he's
exactly.
got
He
a job.
only has to work one night a year.
I know,
I
you
know.
would think, but he's always had a little attitude.
That's
problem.
right. Little Donner has the attitude.
Training, though.
And
That's right.
that's a real tough job on my part to get him to work that one night a year.
Yeah.
But
I
we
can
tried.
imagine.
Fantastic. Santa, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. I wouldn't miss it.
And the kids were just mesmerized, as they always are.
And so were some of the big people.
And so listen,
As it
you know
should
what?
be.
Like me,
I stood by
I
you
st-
the
As it
entire
should be.
time.
I still believe.
Yeah.
I believe.
All right.
I do
well,
too.
I thank you, and
Thank you.
I hope it carries
Merry
on.
Christmas, Santa.
Merry Christmas, and even more important than that, a very happy, prosperous, healthy New Year.
Yes.
And safe New Year. How
Yes.
about that? Let's
God
just
bless
throw
us,
that
everyone.
in. God
All right.
bless us, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Santa.
Almost 1,000 kids have come through this event in 4 years. Almost 1,000. So we're quite proud of that. I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you to everyone for supporting this and supporting Combat Radio. Thank you especially to Carolyn Hennessy, who we love, to Stan Zimmerman, who we have much love for as well, brilliant Stan Zimmerman, and everyone who came out today and has been a part of the show and made it great. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Now the mood is changing. People seem to know. Looking for some energy to make this planet grow. All great getting small. Start deep inside, and you know I'm ready for a real deal plan. I think we'll make it go. Remember, you know how to love yourself, baby. It will change your way.